This is going to be such a long episode. You see the title. We're predicting everything that's going to happen in the 2024 NBA season. And what that means is we're going to give you our Western Conference standing previews, 1 through 15, our Eastern Conference standing previews, 1 through 15, and every single NBA award prediction. It's going to be a lot.
You're welcome. You're welcome. This is everything that we could think of before the season starts next week. You're welcome. Because this is
packed into one episode, mega episode.
Yes, exactly. Crayon eaters, this is for you. But before we start this episode, y'all have to go ahead and follow us on Twitter because as soon as we hit 10,000 followers, we are giving away an entire PS5. We have 3,500. Do the math and do your job.
Follow us on Twitter to enter the PS5 giveaway. As always, like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. For an audio, leave us a rating, give us 5 stars, a review, all that. Help us move up the charts. Yeah, man, let's waste no time. Like I said, we have a whole lot of shit to talk about. Let's get straight into it.
The cranium is crazy. Oh my God.
I mean, I really don't know what to say.
I think we should start with the Western Conference.
I want to go first.
You know what? Donovan, embarrass yourself first. Go ahead.
Okay.
Embarrass myself. First of all.
What is your 12?
And I'll do 11 to
15.
Come on now. We're getting off hate. Anyways, I'm going to start from bottom up, from 15 to 11. 15, Portland Trailblazers. 14, Utah Jazz.
Okay.
Ooh.
13, Houston Rockets.
Okay.
12, the New Orleans Pelicans. And 11, the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh my! Already hot
man.
takes.
Listen,
okay.
Today, before we got on today, we saw a video of Wemby nutmegging Reggie Bullock. We said last week everything that he was doing on defense. It's like, listen, he might be instantly one of the best defenders in the league.
Yeah,
he's 7'4" nutmegging guards. You can't stop him. He is a once in a lifetime player that listen, if he can do everything else on the floor, why can't he lead the Spurs to the 11th seed?
Listen, the 11th seed isn't a high bar, so I suppose that's fair.
That's all I'm asking. So yeah, I'm all in.
I love that this nutmeg happened right before we started. Did this influence your decision making?
A little bit. I'm not gonna lie. They moved up. They moved up a spot. Like this was the tiebreaker.
Nutmeg, the tiebreaker. Wow. I love it. Interesting. Wow. So obviously the standout there is you have the Pelicans out of the playoffs, which is.
Oh yeah, no, they're cooked. They're cooked.
I mean, we know why. It's not
100%.
It's not an extremely hot take. There's gonna be a hot take in the Western Conference because some team, legit, all these teams, if they were in the Eastern Conference 1 through let's say 11 or whatever, they're probably playoffs teams. Absolutely.
Yeah. But I think there's 11 teams in the West for 10 spots. Like each of us is gonna have one team out of there that we're like, really, I think they can make the playoffs.
Exactly, but because of the hemisphere that they're in, they're not going to, bro. So, I don't know what to think of your list, Donovan, other than, okay, you think Wemby's like that, but sadly, I don't think the rest of the San Antonio Spurs will follow up with his greatness.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I don't need them. I don't need them to be in the play-in. I don't need them. Like they might be 6 games out of the play-in, right?
Yeah.
They are still going to be quote unquote fun, right? And Wemby is going to vault them instantly into one of like the top 7 league pass teams in the entire association. Their defense is going to get better. We'll see what Vassell can do this year. Another leap that he takes. We'll see what Jeremy Sohan can do. Once you get into like this lottery era, I just want to have fun, right? And like the only team that I really have a lot of concerns about is the Pelicans. If you want to put them at 11, okay, cool, fine. Like I'm not pressed about that, but I do think that like New Orleans has a serious problem, Zion's health, and we've seen it through 4 years of his career now, where he's not going to play 50% of the games, and at this point, I'm going to bank on that's going to happen again. There's no reason for me to think that this is the year where he's actually healthy.
Yeah, I get that. I think I feel like we're all gonna have a different team. Like, there's a consensus top 11 teams. I feel like we're all gonna have a different one miss it. For you, it was the Pelicans. We'll talk about it more once we reveal ours. Mo, you can go next.
Yeah, 11
Yeah,
is
embarrass yourself,
clearly
Mo.
the upset team. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and embarrass myself. Not as bad as you, though. So at 15, I have the San Antonio Spurs. I think they have the worst roster with the worst amount of vets on this team.
Okay.
Whole lot of young guys, and I think it's I love
No, you don't.
I love their team, but
You don't. You
I
clearly
just
don't love
don't
their
think
team.
that they're ready. I just don't think that they're ready just yet. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
although
that's fair.
Wemby's a fucking unicorn, like there's Keldon Johnson over there who still has to figure out his role. They have this is a whole lot that I can dive into, but I'm not going to. So 14, I have the Portland Trailblazers. 13, the Houston Rockets. 12, the Utah Jazz. They didn't improve at all.
Okay, 11, drum roll.
And 11, I have the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, I almost okay. So we do all have a different team missing the play-in.
Beautiful.
I almost went with the Mavs. I certainly was never gonna pick the Pelicans. I almost went with the Mavs. You want to give us a quick reason why?
Okay, so first and foremost, the Dallas Mavericks have by far in a way the worst front court in the entire Western Conference.
Fair.
How is Derek Lively supposed to deal with Jokic, AD, KD, and Nurkic, who's not a big name, but he's a big body? You have Zion. The names here are ridiculous, and you're relying on a rookie to be your backline defense along with Maxi Kleber or whatever. They've been doing that for the last 4 years now. You know what I'm saying? And there's only so much that Kyrie and Luka can do. But in the game of basketball, there's like another half of the game that they have to play. And I don't think they're going to live up to those levels. And also, Jason Kidd, every Mavericks fan hates him. So it's like, How can you believe in that?
Yeah, I understand. So I didn't go with the Mavs or the Pelicans. I'll reveal my next 5 and then we can discuss all these teams because clearly we'll know a good amount about our teams based on this tier. 15, I have the Blazers. 14, I have the Jazz. Not because I think they're the second worst team in the conference. I think they're going to tank because their pick is top 10 protected, which is probably why all of us have them outside of the play-in as an easy choice.
Yeah.
At 12, I have the Spurs. Did I say 13? No, 13 is the Rockets. 12 is the Spurs. And 11 is the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I had to abandon the Ant-Man hype. I know everybody has a crush on him right now. I still think, listen, we all give, a lot of people, the consensus pick has been like, the Timberwolves will be sneaky good. Be on the lookout for them to be a top 6 team. And I think a lot of that is because, one, we want to buy into the Ant-Man hype. 2, people want to think, listen, last year was their first year together. They were in disarray. The pieces didn't fit together. They're bound to look better with more time to gel, which is perfectly sound logic for 99% of the teams. But I think no matter what, the issues we saw with Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert making not a lick of fucking sense together is not going to go away overnight just because Anthony Edwards has a better off-the-dribble jumper. So it was between that. If I'm going to have to bet against Luka Doncic or the worst-fitting front court I've ever seen in my life, I'm going to lean towards Luka Doncic to make the play-in.
I like this. This is growth from Isaac because all last offseason, Isaac gaslit himself into thinking that the Timberwolves were going to be good. And like he knew from the jump that they weren't. And he was like it could probably work. And now he's come around. He sees the light. I like this from this. Listen,
I learned from my fucking mistakes.
That's interesting. I like it. And it makes sense. And like you said, there's going to be a team for everybody who has their 1 through 15 standings where like somebody's gonna miss. And I think for me, it also came down to what you mentioned. Like, I just don't want to bet against Luka in a regular season context. Like there's so many things that can go wrong. And if we're talking about 82 games, who's going to be the best player on the floor? He's going to be that in 76 of those games. Like,
yeah.
So yeah.
And we've seen him
makes
drag.
sense.
Like Mo is right. Their front court depth is fucking horrific. Derek Lively and Grant Williams is not inspiring. The second string is even less inspiring. You got to rely on Dwight Powell and Maxi Kleber like they have been for years. But we've seen Luka drag that to the playoffs. Like his teams in the past have not been impressive. The first half of last year, they were a play-in team before they traded for Kyrie. Team was not impressive. So like we've seen a world where he can become a play-in team with a bunch of bullshit around him. I think he can do it again with Kyrie by his side.
Oh man, and right, like I 100% agree with you. I just don't think this is the year for that. And I honestly think that the Mavericks as a whole will probably be over. Also, shameless plug on my main channel. My next video is gonna be about Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks, but I will be dropping a brand new video on Saturday. Shameless plug. Anyways, I think that because of how good Luka Doncic is, there's only like a few NBA players in history who's ever had this issue. They're like the ultimate floor riser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Luka Doncic is that, and the Dallas Mavericks never had a chance to get that second natural homegrown star option. They kind of did. But because of the whole Kristaps Porzingis situation, and also they just made a whole lot of stupid ass decisions on a consistent basis, they completely fumbled their future. But yeah, they fumbled their future, and now like Kyrie Irving is a big part of this equation, and I feel like he'll probably he's definitely gonna put his best foot forward and try to revamp all the, you know what I'm saying, the respect that he lost to people at ESPN or whatever way you want to paint it. And I think he's going to have a hell of a season, but the depth for me is like the biggest issue. And I think a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to get just enough from everybody else around them. And if Anthony Edwards is legit going to take that next step, there's no way possible that this team does not make the NBA play, or does not make the play-in at least.
Yeah, I think I would agree. So here's the thing. I think the Timberwolves will probably be in the play-in because realistically, one of these top 10 teams is going to have an injury issue that probably takes them out. I can't account for that. You know, you never know who's going to get hurt. So I try to go into it with almost blank slate with injuries. If anybody's already injured or dealing with something, sure, you account for that. But there's no way to know who's going to be the team that gets fucked over by injuries. For all we know, it might be the Clippers, might be the Thunder. Who knows? Maybe Shea misses 50 games. So the Timberwolves are very clearly a playing caliber team. Most years would be top 8 for sure, I think. It's just this year, man. 11 teams legitimately deserve to be in the top 10. There's no way to take somebody out and not feel like they should be in the playoffs.
None of these are bad takes, and I think we can move on to the next section.
Yeah. Okay. We'll snake draft this motherfucker. I'll go next. At 10, I have the Dallas Mavericks. They were very close to being 11 for me. Really last second, I put Timberwolves on here like an hour before we started. But I agree with you with the Mavs issues for the most part. At 9, I have the Clippers. At 8, I have the Thunder. And at 7, I have the Pelicans.
Okay? You're expecting a lot. So you think that Zion's going to be healthy?
Yeah, so we were talking about this a little bit beforehand. Yes, Zion gets hurt a lot, obviously. He's we've had the worst case scenario when it comes to his health in the first 4 years of his career. I just don't I don't know how to go about that when I'm making these predictions. Like, it feels cynical to just be like, oh, yep, he'll miss 50 games again. Like, I get it. I get why you did that. He's done it every year. It's a good chance it'll happen again. Logically, it checks out. I just don't find that interesting when I'm talking about these teams stacking them up against each other. Like I said, somebody will get hurt. There's no way to predict that. I don't really care to be like, yep, it'll be him again. You know what I mean? It's just boring to me.
I get that. And listen, I'll give you props right here. You were right in your take on Anthony Davis, because I was very hard for a couple years on Anthony Davis, right? And I was hard on Anthony Davis because of all the injury stuff. And you're like, look, like they're just freak injuries that are happening. And I was trying to say that he's injury prone. You were right there. I feel it's the opposite case with Zion though, where it's not freak injuries. These are things that are consistent injuries. They happen very often. And when he hasn't been able to play 60% of the games in his entire NBA career, that's something where you can account for that more than somebody falling on AD's knee and missing some type of games.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like same thing like LeBron last year. His injuries are pretty freak. Somebody dove on his knee. I don't blame him. Zion's are clearly related to his body type and the wear and tear on his knees. I get.
Yeah.
Also, though, we finally heard for the first time from people in that organization that he's taking his body seriously this year and is coming in shape and is like being a professional. And to the point where they were very candid that before he wasn't doing that. Like they threw him under the bus for being a fucking doofus for 4 years. So if I had to latch onto something, it would be that maybe now after 4 years of failure, he finally realizes that he needs to stop eating so many beignets.
Dude, random ass side note, but a couple of months ago, long story, but I shared an Uber with this random ass white dude who went to Duke, and he graduated I think the same year that Zion Williamson Or I think he was in the Zion Williamson era. Just know that, and he was a ball boy for that team. And obviously, like he told me this information. I'm not over here like running with the sources because who the hell is this random? And why would I take his word for like Bible law? I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, literally everybody in that entire Duke basketball staff knew that this dude was a slouch and he didn't do what he was supposed to do off the court, stretching and all that shit. And I'm like, yeah, maybe he was in line. You know what I'm
makes
saying?
sense.
So,
Everybody says it. If there's so many reports and everybody, if there's tons of whispers that are unanimously saying a guy's character is this way, most of the time it's the truth. Very rarely are those reports awry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
But it sounds like he's turning it around. So I'm going to choose to have faith in him. If he gets hurt again, obviously I'm not going to be surprised.
Yeah. He's going to have to show me. He's going to have to show me before I put him up there.
I get it.
All right. I'll go with my playing teams. At 10, I'm with you. I have the Mavericks right there at the edge. And that's just respect to Luka. At 9, I have the Timberwolves. At 8, I have the Clippers. And at 7, I have the Thunder. So that's it. I wanted to put the Thunder higher. I'm very, very high on them this season. I think that they're going to be really good. But in reality, like if you look at the standings from last year, they won 40 games last year. And let me pull this up. Yeah, so they won 40 games. And the 6th seed was the Warriors at 44-38. Like, do I really think that the Thunder are going to win 5-6 more games? Like, that's a big jump, right? To go from sub 500 to like 6-7 games more in a crowded Western Conference. And it's like, they're still so young.
That second part is an important part to me.
Yeah, they're still so young. Chet's he's gonna have to take time to develop. So I'll keep them in the plane, but I wouldn't be shocked if they made it higher, but I'm really high on them. But yes, that's what I have though.
I mean, it's interesting to see what Mo thinks about them because I think a lot of people, the popular choice for the Leap team is them. And I agree. But like I said, when you actually write down the teams, there's a lot of proven teams already. It's hard to throw the Pelicans and it's hard to throw the Thunder like the top 5 already.
Yeah, exactly. I see a lot of people doing that. A lot of people saying, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander MVP year. And I can't agree with that simply because
that's huge.
If he does that, he has to either put up stupid numbers and they have to be at least a 4 seed or it's not happening, point blank period, you know?
Yeah.
And because of that, at number... Go ahead.
He already averaged 30 last year. I think the part that he could do that if he does the same thing again, but they're a top 4 seed, like you said. Like I don't think he has to put up stupid numbers in terms of like something we've never seen before. But if he once again averages 31.4 points on 51% from the field, I think he could probably be in those convos. It's all about wins for them though.
If he has to average 30 some points again this season after you have someone like Chet Holmgren back who's coming back for his rookie year for real, and then everyone expects a J-Dub type of leap, then that team is not elevating as much, and he's not going to be in those conversations.
You're right. They shouldn't be reliant on him with all those ball handlers.
Yeah, they're definitely cooked if that's the case. And plus, Josh Giddey, oh my gosh, I'm a fan of his game after hating on him so hard last year. But anyways, at number 10. I did for sure. I hated on him last episode too. I said that he's the modern day Bob Cousy. He didn't have a hesitation to memory. Why did I say that? I didn't even mean it. Yeah, shout out Giddey. So at number 10,
I'd love to have Josh Giddey on the pod. That'd be a great guest.
Bro, I need to know about his hair products. It's not for me. I just want to know. But at number 10, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay. At number 9, I hate to say it, but the Sacramento Kings. I was the only believer on this podcast for them last season. Dead ass. I told y'all I would be a Sacramento Kings fan. Y'all laughed at me. But here I am again, putting them at number 9.
Wow.
Okay.
I know. At number 8, I have OKC. At number 7, I have, just like you, Isaac, the Pelicans.
Okay, so you have Clippers top 6. Okay.
Y'all are being tricked.
So you're also believing in the Pelicans' health and just choosing not to assume Zion's going to die again?
Yeah, exactly. And if something did happen to Zion still too, this team is still like very much in the water. And like Zion out of this construct, this is still a very good team. Now, I do have to take into consideration they're missing Trey Murphy for I think the entire season, or maybe he'll be returning towards the very end of the season.
It won't be the entire season. Nothing crazy like that.
Yeah, I think he tore his meniscus or something like that, right? Or his AC. I don't know.
It's a meniscus tear. It's not going to be it's not going to be the entire season, but he is going to miss a substantial like start to the season though.
And that hurts because he was a big part of the spacing that they have, or not the spacing issues that they have there. And
10 to
Trey
12
Murphy,
weeks will
you
be
know
out.
what I'm saying? Yeah, that kind of sucks. That hurts. But
They
regardless
have,
of the
they have a
fact,
lot. They low key like have a lot of injuries, even aside from Zion, because like Herb Jones is also dealing with something. Alvarado's dealing with something. They have
Yeah, you're right.
like they have a lot of rotation guys that like at least to start the season they might be very very thin.
Yeah, for sure.
Or they are.
Trey Murphy will be back around Thanksgiving time. The other guys should be like first month of the season will be back. So hopefully that won't be an issue, but one more injury it very well could be.
they have a lot of players on the team who can keep an offense alive, that being CJ McCollum, of course, Zion, B.I., and Jonas Valanciunas. He's just a versatile big guy who does a lot of outdated stuff, but he's updating his game as we speak. Over the last few years, he's done that at least.
Software
And
updates, yeah.
that kind of like goes, that's like a strength of theirs, but at the same time, it's like a weakness because someone like Jonas doesn't 100% fit next to Zion. And I think they have a good case of too many cooks in the kitchen. And if I just don't expect them to be that bad, to be honest with you. I think their depth and all the people who can keep them afloat will show to prevail this season.
I agree. When we saw them healthy last year, they were fighting for the 1 seed. People like to say like they were the 1 seed, but like a lot of people were the 1 seed at some point. It was like, so early in the year, it wasn't like a real they were the 1 seed, but they were clearly in the mix for among the best of the top 6 teams, at least in the regular season. So that alone makes me think that they obviously have the ceiling, right? It literally just comes down to, is Zion healthy? If he's not healthy, are the rest of the pieces around to fill in? Like, when you would have a team that has this type of ceiling, I can't keep them out of the play-in.
Yeah.
Agreed.
When you're okay, we're not gonna. We don't have to go back and forth. It really
Yeah, I
is
get it.
just
I get it.
fundamental. But yeah,
But we're going to talk about the Kings and you have them 9. We'll wait until we see where we have them, but Kings are an interesting one this year.
yeah.
Dude, yeah. Okay, I'll let you guys continue.
Okay, here's my top 6. We'll jump to the top 6.
It's on you though. It's on you, Mo, for your top 6.
Oh yeah, we're snaking. You're right. So give a shit.
Ooh, you're right.
Let's break the snake though, because he has the Kings at 9. Let's get us to reveal first, so that we can do the Kings thing.
There you go. I love it.
Okay, I'll go first. At 6, I have the Memphis Grizzlies. At 5, I have the Kings. I'm wondering if I have them the highest out of all of us. We'll see. At 4, I have the Warriors. 3, the Lakers. 2, the Suns, and 1, the Nuggets.
Ooh. Okay. Wow.
I feel like it's pretty chalk. I don't think this is that controversial.
Okay.
Let's not even talk about it. Donovan, you give your 6.
Okay. At 6, I have the Kings. At
Okay.
5, I have the Warriors. At 4, I have the Suns. 3, I have the Grizzlies. 2, I have the Lakers, and 1, I have the Nuggets.
I thought it was going to be unanimous with the ranges. I was wrong. This is very different.
Okay. The Grizzlies at 3 is fucking outrageous, but
For what?
Tyus Jones
what's
isn't
up?
walking through those doors. Tyus Jones isn't
Yeah.
walking through those doors. They don't have that floor.
they're-
I was going to put them high too, but then I thought about it. The reason 2 years ago they were able to be so good with Jaw out, I think is because they had Tyus Jones, who just can keep the game afloat and be organizational. Marcus Smart's there, but he's not that type of point guard. So I think they're going to be closer to what we saw last year when they were about 500 with Jaw gone. And I think that slow-ish start they won't be able to be top 3.
Yeah, exactly. I think Tyus Jones is the type of point guard he's a starter quality point guard. He doesn't deserve to be on the bench, but big whoop, he's playing behind John Morant, so he has to stick his ass there. And I think the Memphis Grizzlies are going to feel that for the first 25 games. Now, yes, they do have Marcus Smart, who is a point guard and has some playmaking to him, but he's not, like Isaac said, they're clearly not the same type of players whatsoever. They do have Desmond Bane, who has proven to be an underrated playmaker since he's been in college, and he's developed those skills all the way up today. And he's reliable for sure, but there's just a lot missing. They don't have that same penetrator or orchestrator that can control the flow of the game on a consistent basis, and on top of that, they're suffering through injuries like Brandon Clark. He's a big part of the bench. He's going to be out for the entirety of the season, I believe, because he tore his ACL, so it's like, I can't put them that high. And then you have to also include John Morant's going to be on for 25 games. Jaren Jackson Jr. consistently has foul trouble issues. I think they're playoff worthy, playoff bound for sure, but top 3 bound when you have someone like the Suns and then the Warriors and course, the Kings too, whatever. Like, I just don't see it for them.
Tell me this about the Grizzlies, right? And we talked about this early last season when Ja was there and Jaren Jackson Jr. wasn't. They were still mid. They were fighting around 500 because their entire defensive personality and persona was out the window because Jaren Jackson wasn't there. If he's there and you're still able to play the type of defense that you are, and we've known that for the last 2 years, they're better on defense without Ja than they are with him, right? Obviously, the overall ceiling is different, but defensively, they are better without Ja. And now you are putting Marcus Smart in there. You don't think that for 25 games, they can go 13-12? Like if they're right there. Okay. So I think they can maintain the pace that they were last year. And then once Ja comes back, they're going to be just fine. And if him and Jaren Jackson are there, they can go on the runs like they always do over the last 2 years. And then you look up and it's like, oh, wow, this team is winning 50 games. Oh, wow. For the past 2 years, even with all the Ja stuff at the end of the season, you look up, they're the 2 seed at the end of the day. Like they are as consistent in the regular season as you want. And so like, I think as for all the flaws that Marcus Smart has, he's still a veteran who plays great defense and fits into their culture.
Defensive player of the year. Talk it.
Mickey Mouse, whatever. But like, yeah, but like they're going to be able to play defense, especially at the start of the season when everybody's still getting into their rhythm. They're going to be able to steal games like that.
Yeah, but I mean, defense obviously is an issue. Nobody doubts their defensive capabilities without Ja. I agree. They'll be better defensively without him. Ja is clearly not a positive in any way defensively, but it's the other side of the court. I think if they start 500 or so for 25 games, that's probably not going to be enough for them to make that top push, strictly because I think it's about how much stronger the West is this year. We got a full season of the Lakers, how they looked post All-Star break last year. That's going to make them a better team. The Suns are obviously going to be a better team. The Suns are going to be great. I said you have them lower. We'll talk about that a little bit. I think the Warriors, last year they were lower because of health reasons. Andrew Wiggins was gone for like the entire season. We assume that won't be an issue now. The Kings are a wins machine in the regular season. Like it's just about the teams above them have gotten so much better that it's hard for me to believe that losing some of that playmaking that they had last year, they don't have the guy to replace Ja anymore, that they'll be able to replicate what they did last year.
Yeah, exactly. And there's like, it's the offense for me that I don't see them getting enough of early in that 25 game stretch. Now, maybe there is a chance that they do go 13-12 or somewhere around
That's
that
all
run.
I'm asking. All I'm asking is for 500 bats. That's it. Because even last year,
that could happen.
That's all I'm asking because once Ja comes back, they had 3 months last year. In December, they went 10-4. In January, they went 10-5. And then in March, they went 12-5 before all the Ja stuff was going on. So like they can turn it on and they're this team where like they can have these streaks where again, you look up after 2 weeks and it's like, hey, the Grizz have won 7 in a row. Like, should we probably be paying more attention to them?
They're good. You're right. Yeah, I want to put them that high too. I respect it. It's just like you have the Suns below them. I think the Suns are going to be absolutely incredible.
That's fair.
I think they'll be fantastic.
That's fair.
It's optics for me. It's optics for me too. Something also that I want to say about the Memphis Grizzlies, Zaire Williams, he needs to ball out this season because they're going to rely on him a lot as well because they're thin in general because of all the absences and all the natural nicks and knacks are going to happen with that team throughout the 25 games, like every NBA team. He's just someone who was a lottery pick, I believe, just a few years ago. This is the year for him to go ahead and finally fill in those shoes and solidify himself as the starter. His rookie year, I believe, he played extremely well. Second year, and I think this is his third year in the league now, and it's time for him to, fill in those shoes for real.
Yeah. I'll give your next 6, Mo. Donovan, let's say, I can't say. I'm saying everybody's name. Mo, let's hear your 6.
It's because I'm black and I look like
exactly.
him.
Exactly.
Listen, I didn't say it.
These allegations popping up again.
You're never beating
what
them.
of it?
Relax.
He stood on business. Oh my God.
On racism. Like
standing on racism is crazy.
Bro, relax.
He's still on racism.
Mo, please give your top 6.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Before Isaac says something crazy again.
He's still. Okay.
Still on racism. That's all time soundbite. He's still on racism.
All right. At number 6, I have the Memphis Grizzlies. At number 5, I have the Los Angeles Clippers. Number 4, the Phoenix Suns. Number 3, the Warriors. 2, the Lakers, and 1, the Nuggets.
Okay. Interesting.
Look at that.
Okay, let's go team by team. We talked about most of the teams so far. Kings. I have them the highest, which is hilarious because last year I was the biggest hater. I spent all offseason saying that they're not a playoff threat, that Domantas Sabonis is a fraud. I had them the highest though. What do y'all see that? Why do you think they're going to regress? Like they're just so fucking good at regular season basketball.
My main thing for them is that, okay, we've seen plenty of times before where teams come out of nowhere and they shock the entire NBA. They're the lover boy of the entire NBA, you know? But after a full season of tape, things are not going to be as easy for them anymore. And also, double down on that. They did not improve their roster in the slightest way. All that they're relying on is self-improvement from all of their young players, being someone like Keegan Murray, whatever they believe he can be. I think he's going to be a good player, but I don't know if he's going to be great. You know, De'Aaron Fox, does he have another level? Isaac, you the other day said that you don't think he has another level. You don't think he has another gear to put him in any upper echelon. You know what I'm saying? So what about this team will put them over the top when everybody else, you know,
I don't think
better?
they will be put over the top. I put them at the 5 seed, not the 1. Like I don't have them getting better. Y'all just have them getting way worse, and I feel like they'll be like relatively the same.
It's not them getting worse; it's everybody else getting better, in my opinion.
Yeah, but you got them at 9.
Okay, look, it's that. It's the fact that like they haven't made any real improvements. 2, the other teams have gotten much better. Like the teams I'm putting above them is that good. They were
That's fair.
They were very, very lucky in terms of injury, in terms of like injury luck last year. Nobody really got hurt, and also they were one of the worst defenses in the NBA all last season. Out of everybody who had a bottom 10 defense last year, they were the only team with a winning record. I think that if they come out again with the same defensive personnel that they had last season, and they're relatively the same, they are going to struggle to win games. And at the same time, like there's no, you can't be a bottom 10 defense like unless you have Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
That big 3 is very different than De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, Kevon Huerter, and doing all that stuff.
But we saw him do it for 82 games. Like it's not a small sample size. It wasn't a insanity run.
I think
shit
that's
is different now.
I think
what is different? What was not sustainable about that? They didn't shoot crazy from 3. They didn't get lucky in close games. They are just a really great offensive team that consistently puts up a lot of points.
The only defenses that were worse than them last year. Wait, this was in the clutch. Let me get it. The only defenses that were worse than them all season long were the Dallas Mavericks, the Pacers, the Pistons, the Blazers, the Rockets, the Spurs. All of them, all of them outside of the Rockets were picking in the top 7 of the draft. If you have a defense that is that bad, you're going to lose games year over year. Like I think it's unsustainable.
What changed from last year?
I think you have not improved at all. I think it's unsustainable to ask a team to have a bad defense and win close to 50 games. That's a lot.
But we're not asking them to get better. You're saying they didn't improve at all. I'm not saying they improved either. If they improved, they'd be the 1 seed.
You're looking at the wrong thing here, Isaac. It's not about how did they get worse. It's about how did everyone else get better, and the issue is them being stagnant. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect them. I don't really expect them to go ahead and do hella things, but I think that simple common sense, people are gonna snuff out a lot of those schemes. Kevin Huerter went crazy, and I still expect him to go crazy.
Their scheme is run when you have that fast.
Type of. I know exactly, and when you have teams. We get what you're trying to say, but when you have teams like you can only get away with so much and be able to win. And with all the other teams that I have above them, and also with you too, Don, with some of the teams that you have above them, I just don't think that they have much room to snuff out those excuses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
It's like there's no room for BS.
I have them dropping 2 seeds as well. I just think dropping them to like 9 is crazy because sure, other teams got better. there's not 6 teams that got that much better. They're going to leap them. Like, that's such a tremendous drop. And I don't think anything they did was unsustainable. It was very fundamental. They pushed the pace. They had an elite pick and roll because Domantas Sabonis is great in the short roll. They did a lot of that stuff playing to him as a passer in the high post. Like, it's not gimmicky to where people can just like figure it out. You know, like they can't just like flip a switch.
Offensively, you're right. If you have a bottom 7 defense in the league, that's a problem.
Okay, are they going to be worse defensively than last year? We already saw them have a bottom 7 defense and still win those games. We know it's possible.
Do you think that having a bottom 7 defense year in and year out is sustainable for winning 50 games a year?
Do you think they'll once again have a top 3 offense?
Do you think? No.
Yes.
Y'all are asking questions.
Yes.
You think
If you have a top 3 offense, we saw them do it. They could do that same shit they did last year.
there's plenty of teams that have had a top 3 offense and a bottom 10 defense, and they're not winning 50 games a year. And I think that is
They
a lot.
did.
Once, and I think that is too much to ask of them to do back-to-back years and to build your entire regular season 82 games. Yeah, we're just not going to play defense and we're going to win 50 games unless you have like high-end scoring, like we're talking about like LeBron or KD or something like that. And listen, again, shout out to De'Aaron, clutch player of the
They
year.
do high end scoring.
Again, clutch player of the year. Also, that like regression, I'm also expecting that as well. You were great in clutch situations. Teams that are like really, really good one year, you tend to regress just a little bit, right? So how many?
That's the best argument. That's
Right,
the best
so how
argument.
many-
Clutch? That it makes sense.
The clutch regression is better than a
Yes.
bottom 10 defense.
Yes, because there's no reason the bottom 7. They were already at their defensive floor last year. It's not going to get worse than it was last year. If something was already as bad as it was, there's no reason to expect. If you don't think their offense is going to regress. Nobody said that. If that's the case, listen. If they're giving up 112 points a game, that's a lot. But they're scoring 115, and if you think they can still score 115, there's no reason to harp on the defense when we already saw that they can do that over 82 games.
See, my
First
point,
of all,
though,
real
Go
quick, Mo. Real quick. One thing. First of all, you have him at 5. I have him at 6. I don't know why I'm getting this upset. Right? like it's really
I have
just
this shit right here. This is
not about
you. You just
It's not
took this
about
shit, bro. My thing is that
You're arguing for the love of the game. You love this shit.
exactly, bro. This is my thing, bro. My thing with them is that yes, I think their offense is not gonna drop off from hell or anything like that. They can maintain the same amount of. I think they threw up like 117 or something crazy like that last season. My thing is, I know the Boston Celtics will surpass that. I know the team like the Phoenix Suns will surpass that. So there's no way in my mind that they're going to be superior offensive teams. I don't think they're going to be number 1 simply because of how much better everyone else got. I'm not thinking about them getting worse. I'm just thinking about everybody else getting better. I'm forward thinking, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if they're actually 1 in the rankings. They don't play the Boston Celtics every night, so like it's not that important.
That's true.
Like,
That
if
is
the
true,
Celtics
but
come
they
out
do-
scoring 117 a game, that's good for them. No bearing on the Kings.
That is true. But they do have to face someone like the Phoenix Suns. And when it comes for bucket
Yeah.
bucket, they're not winning that game. Nuggets, they're not winning that game. Lakers with Austin Reeves a part of that big 3, they're not winning that game. The Golden State Warriors, you saw that series last year. They're not winning that, bro. And once the Memphis Grizzlies get John Morant back, bro, we know who's winning that series. You know what I'm saying? Or not that series, but in the standings. So it's
I
like
get
there's
it.
too many teams that improved so much.
All right, man. I
For
get
them
it.
to just stay the same.
I agree in principle. I just didn't move them down as much. You just like other teams in the middle more than I do, I guess, and which is fine. Like if they ended up being a game behind the Thunder, and whichever way that stands, I won't be that surprised. So it's fine. In principle, I agree. They'll drop off a little bit.
We're
do
all on the
we-
same page.
Yeah, glad we can dap it up at the end. Yeah, man. We all agree the Warriors are gonna be really good to varying degrees. You guys think the Suns are at 4? I put them at 2 because I think they're gonna be fucking ridiculously good. I think we saw in the preseason so far. When those 3 guys are on the court, they're gonna be unguardable. They're gonna be incredible. We'll see in the playoff setting, but regular season, amazing.
I kind of want to put them at 3 or possibly top 2 because I have a feeling that the Devin Booker MVP propaganda will be heavily pushed. But, you know, I just feel like the Lakers will be better. I have personal propaganda that I want to be pushing when it comes to LeBron being the oldest MVP ever. But with
Good
the
luck with
Phoenix
that.
Suns, I feel like a lot of people, trust me, you're going to see me. Follow us on Twitter. But I think a lot of people are underrating how, I don't want to say deep the Phoenix Suns are, but they have actual players who can get in the mud with them. Nazir Little is fucking good. Grayson Allen, a lot of people think he's a dickwad, okay?
That's me. I'm those people.
But he's a good player who produces something on the court. But that something could be hitting a three, or that something could be knocking off your favorite player's head. It's something that's positive in whatever light you want to put it. You know,
Yeah,
Josh
I get
Okogie is a good player. And Yusuf Nurkic, he's a
Cooked.
good
He's cooked.
connector-ish.
He's cooked.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I like that team a lot.
Yeah. All right, guys. You guys ready to move on to the East?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do
We
it.
already spent a bunch of time on the West. It's gonna be a long episode. Let's move on.
Hey,
Listen, that was
I
about
don't regret it
40
whatsoever.
We did. That was good. I can't believe I got in a fucking tirade defending the Kings, who I have never once believed in.
The 5 seed, the definition of like mid when we talk about like playoff seedings, right in the middle.
I was arguing like I had them at 1.
Oh,
right.
man.
I'll do my bottom 5 teams first. The 11 seed, I got the Bulls.
Okay.
12 seed, the Nets. 13, Raptors. 14, Pistons. 15, Wizards.
Trash. I love it.
Now that I'm looking at this, I feel weird putting the Wizards at the bottom because I think they'll be competent, but I don't know. Like, maybe not. Maybe they won't be. I don't really know how to. I don't know how to parse these bottom teams from each other. They're all kind of trash.
Yeah, that's fair though. That's
No, swap it.
What's
Pistons
over?
at 15. Pistons at 15. Wizards at 14.
Yeah, I have the Pistons
more
at
like it.
15 too. I think they just have more established players, and I think that's the right way to go. Kuzma's Kuzma. He's not absolute garbage. Danny Avdija is a great player, and obviously Jordan Poole is going to do some
great
special
player.
things.
Danny
this season.
Avdija.
But I see a
sentence?
Cade leap
He's
coming
a good
too,
role
though.
player.
I see a Cade and Ivy leap coming too, though. So I don't know.
That
If
is
the Pistons
true.
are the worst team in the league again at like 4 years in a row, that's a problem.
Something has gone wrong.
That's a
Something
big
has
problem.
gone seriously wrong. Yeah,
No, never mind. I stand on it. Wizards are last. Pistons are 14. I got to stand on that.
yeah, that's true. Okay,
Standing on Detroit is not what you want to do at this point in
I
time.
don't know. I like Cade. I like Ivy. Asar's dope.
honestly,
They have a
I'm
real
honestly
coach.
something that I have like a minor gripe on is that you have the Nets at 12 with how Ben Simmons has been playing. And listen, it's preseason. If he tricked me, fuck it, he tricked me. But he looks a lot better. And with the type of player that we all know he can be, if he continues to do what he's been doing, then I just don't see a way in which they're the one of the like 4 worst teams in the Eastern Conference, 5 worst teams in the Eastern Conference.
Put him at 11. I don't really care. I just
Okay.
same thing with the
Fuck it,
Bulls.
whatever.
The Bulls are just like so competent. Like they have like enough star power to be like a decent enough team. And we'll see what teams. And also, there's 3 teams above them in these top 10 that are young teams that I think are going to make a leap. And I just don't think the Nets have a ton of juice. Even if Ben Simmons is back, he's really good. But you know, there's no Joel Embiid there. Mikal Bridges is your go-to scorer, I guess. Cam Johnson's a good third best player, I guess. You're not getting scoring from Nick Claxton. Dinwiddie as a 2 guard, I guess. Like,
My thing is the defense is that crazy, and Ben Simmons is gonna help.
guess.
The defense is great. The defense is great. I hate
Love
that I'm
it.
saying this. I'm
Now tell me
not.
the-
I'm not talking about this anymore.
now tell me the
Fuck
defensive
you.
pieces on the bench. Name me one good defensive piece on that bench.
One
Never mind,
good defensive
DFS.
piece
Name
on
me
the-
2.
Yeah. Okay. I'm done.
God.
Oh, what's his name? Dennis Smith Jr.
Okay, cool. There you go. Yeah,
There we
they
go.
have a couple more defensive pieces that bring nothing on offense. I love it.
Okay, I'm done talking about the Nets.
What's your bottom 5, Donovan?
All right. I have Detroit at 15. I have Washington at 14. I have Toronto at 13. I have Chicago at 12. And then I have Brooklyn at 11.
Okay, so very, very similar.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
No.
Okay, let me go ahead. At 11, I have the Chicago Bulls. At 12,
Naturally.
I have the Toronto Raptors. 13, the Hornets.
Oh, I hate that.
I know. At 14, I have the Wizards. And at 15, I have the Pistons. Damn.
Yeah, I have the Hornets in my top 10, clearly. And I see Donovan does too. I
Yeah.
probably have them the highest. I think the Hornets are going to be good.
No, I think.
Oh,
listen,
man.
I agree. I think they're probably we probably have them in the same spot. I think like a lot of people are underrating them, And like they're getting a lot of pieces back. They're getting LaMelo Ball back.
Fuck it, you convinced me already. Let's go ahead and put the Nets at number 10. My bad. The Nets at number 11, and then I want to put the Hornets at 10. You convinced me. Oh, you already won, Donovan. God.
Great.
All I said was they're getting LaMelo Ball back, and he's like, okay, they're in the play.
You sold me.
You're a
You
glazer.
sold me.
You fucking crayon eater. You hear the word LaMelo and you're just like drooling, fucking foaming at the mouth.
I'm just thinking about the leap that they'll take, and
But that's
I'm
okay.
thinking about
That's
how
okay.
they were not a complete trash ass team without LaMelo, and they had signs of life. And LaMelo's just gonna fill all
exactly.
those gaps. So that's what
Yeah.
got to me.
Listen, the year before last, they were a play-in team, and they're bringing back basically the exact same core plus Brandon Miller. For sadly, Miles Bridges is going to be there, and that's going to make them a better team. I don't see why they wouldn't be in that play-in race again, barring injury.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And I think LaMelo was like up there with Trey as one of the most underrated players in the league now, because people are so quick to say he's overrated because he's flashy and popular. It's like it's easy as fuck to say he's overrated. He's not. He's very underrated at this point.
I agree. And listen, I may have been a part of that propaganda that's been making him, underrated. But I'm back on the train now. I'm back.
Let's go.
Listen,
Yeah, so
he
we all
has
have
faults.
Toronto down here. I think Toronto fans will be very pissed about this because they think they're going to be good still because Toronto fans are very diehard. I just feel like we have to hit a point where it's going to malfunction and blow up. And I think they traded that pick this year, so they're not going to tank, but I think it's also top something protected. I don't remember what.
Either way, listen, this is a mid team that has been fighting to get points out the mud for the last 2 years. They are
It's top 6 protected.
Okay, great. Somebody's getting traded as well. Like
Yeah.
this has to be the year where Masai they should have did it last year and then they went out and made the Jakob trade, and it's like, you guys sure you want to be buyers right now? Like you probably could have gotten a pretty good lottery piece, but
So
yeah, they're done.
last year,
This is the end.
last year I had a prediction, and it was actually 100% right. Proud of myself for that because most of my predictions are wild misses. I said that Damian Lillard was going to get traded in the offseason. It happened. And I think the next disgruntled star that's going to get traded immediately will be Pascal Siakam. I think that they'll see that, I'm saying none of this shit works. Dennis Schroeder is a good player, but for what this team needs, he doesn't necessarily match whatsoever. And I think Masai is finally going to get out of his nasty ways that he's been in over the last few seasons and try to move on to the next chapter and stop doing Scotty Barnes a disservice. I don't think Scotty Barnes necessarily will be like a star or anything like that, but I do think he'll probably be a good player. But regardless of the facts, he'll achieve neither of those things if Pascal Siakam is still a part of that recipe and that entire plan. So I think this is a season that they go ahead and finally decide to tank.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, ready to move on to these play-in teams? We're flying through these bottom half of the East because it's not interesting.
Yeah, let's do it.
Play-in. At 10, I have the Miami Heat. At 9, I have the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay.
8,
Oh, wow.
the Orlando Magic. 7, the Indiana Pacers.
Wow.
Okay. Sounds good. We're kind of flipped. I have the Hornets at 10. I have Miami at 9. I have Orlando at 8, and I have Indiana at 7.
Okay, look at us. Look
So
at lockstep.
listen, you're seeing the vision. You're seeing the vision.
Wow.
Exactly.
I'm so happy that y'all did what y'all did for the Orlando Magic. I've been on this hype train since the season ended, and I love it.
Let's go.
Follow up. At number 10, of course, I switched up last minute. Charlotte Hornets, number 10. Weirdly enough, I have the Orlando Magic at 9.
Okay.
At number 8, I have the Miami Heat. And at number 7, I have the Knicks.
The Knicks at 7. Okay.
Yep, I have
Explain yourself right now. Let's talk.
I really
Let's
got
be
a
for-
shake
let's be
next
for
to
real.
my neck right now.
Let's be for real. Come on.
Now, listen, it has nothing to do with the Knicks as a whole. I just think that the few other teams that I have above them will be special in certain aspects of the game, which will catapult them towards the tippy top of these standings. That's literally it. Nothing against the Knicks whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Other than RJ Barrett, of course, but
I get that.
that's just my
Mine's not
7?
super different. Listen, I agree that there's a few teams that are going to jump them because I think they made big improvements, and the Knicks are still just the Knicks. I have them a little bit higher. Like clearly you have the 76ers above them. I accounted for the 76ers as James Harden's leaving in the next month or two or whatever. So I have the 76ers below the Knicks. But in principle, I see what you're getting at. There's teams that became really impressive and the Knicks are just the Knicks. And I feel like the Knicks are like 1 year good, next year wildly disappointing. It keeps flip-flopping. We'll see if Jalen Brunson becomes a stabilizing force and they can be good for 2 years in a row. But this Julius Randle era has been wildly inconsistent. So I wouldn't be shocked if they became
because he's been the best player and Julius Randle's inconsistent. You put Jalen Brunson there, an actual adult Team USA starter, right? You get somebody like that on your team to run it, you're going to be pretty solid. Like, I feel pretty good. 7? What are we talking? Come on now. Playing.
You act like I had them out of the race. Is it
just Donovan, real quick. Do you have the Knicks above the Hawks?
Yes, I do.
I love it.
Now that you said that, you owe me my $100. You think I fucking forgot? It's been 9 months, 10 months, Donovan.
Listen. I'll send that money over right now. I'll be for real. I will. You will.
Wow.
You can get your money right now.
And you know what? While you're sending me my money,
I am.
Let's double down.
They've been DMing me.
Let's make it $200. The Hawks will be better than the Knicks. Shake on it right now.
200?
Double or nothing.
Do it. I'm down.
Let's do it. Hawks will be better than the Knicks.
I'm down.
Last year I said you were going to lose. I was right. This year you're going to lose again.
7 is ridiculous. 7's crazy.
Let's use this to reveal the top 6 and then we'll talk about the whole top 10 at once. Because I have the Hawks pretty fucking high. At 6, I got the 76ers. Assuming James Harden's going to be gone relatively soon. Hopefully. At some point throughout the season, I'll say. 5, I have the Knicks. I hope that's respectable for Donovan. I don't get yelled at too. 4, I have the Hawks. 3, I have the Cavs. 2, I have the Celtics. 1, I have the Bucks.
Okay. All right. Let's reveal all this and then we'll talk about it. At 6, I have the 76ers. At 5, I have the Hawks. At 4, I have the Knicks. At 3, I have the Cavs. At 2, I have the Bucks. And at 1, I have the Celtics.
Okay.
Wow, I love that, Donovan. I love that. I have the same exact top 3 as you. So at number 6, here's my riser, the Indiana Pacers. At number 5, I have the Philadelphia 76ers. 4, I have the Hawks. 3, Cavs, of course. 2, Bucks. And 1, Celtics. I think the Celtics are going to be insane in the regular season.
Yes.
I think they both will. I think they're going to be so close. They're going to be fighting for it all year.
It's going to be neck and neck. It's those, obviously.
I actually don't think so. I actually don't think. I'm looking at the Celtics right now, and I don't see how they don't win 60 games this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think the Celtics have a chance to be the best team in the league in the regular season. They're gonna have an amazing defense. The fact that you could have a defensive backcourt of Derek White and Drew Holiday, and like on 68% of the league, you can just say, "Hey, go ruin their night." And you'll be fine. It's going to be torture for a lot of the guards in the league, and they're going to be so good. And everything that we talked about last week, and Mo was like, listen, Porzingis, he put on that Celtics jersey. His white man powers got activated and he looks good again. They are going to be rolling from the jump. And we get year 2 of Mazzulla and everybody back in that system. They're going to be really, really good.
I agree. Are we forgetting that last year the Bucks had the most turmoil they've had in any season with this core, and they were still the fucking 1 seed? Giannis does not lose regular season games. He is a regular season wins machine. He will get his 32 points a game no matter what, no matter who's around him. And you insert Dame into that. It's just every year the Bucks are constantly pushing at the 1 seed regardless of what's happening with any other team. And I think you add Dame to that, it's gonna. Why would they not continue that trend? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And this year, Chris Middleton's actually going to be healthy, and he's going to be maybe not the Chris Middleton of the old, but at least, at very least, a better version of what we saw last season.
Yeah,
so,
and now he's starting options. Like now it's different now. Like they're going to be crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But with the way the Celtics have been hooping, or with the way their offenses ran last season, and how much threes they're shooting, and pretty much doubling down on that philosophy by picking up someone like Porzingis, and then you have someone like Drew too, who cleans up a lot of the mishaps, and he makes their offense a little bit more complicated too. So it's like, I just imagine them steamrolling through teams throughout the regular season. That doesn't mean that I have them winning the championship or anything like that. I just think that, you know what I'm saying, this regular season will be dominated by them, and Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum specifically is gonna fucking feast.
I think I agree, and I think the exact same thing about the Bucks. And I just happen to go to the team that is always the 1 seed, it seems, that now has the best duo we've seen since LeBron and AD joined together.
Yeah, I like it. I can't be too mad at it.
I think they'll both win 60 games at this rate. Like, they're both going to be incredible.
I think the only reason why I put the Celtics slightly above them, though, is because they have not the better players, but they have better depth. And throughout this long, tumultuous season, that's what's going to put them over the top just a little bit.
Yeah, listen, everybody says that. We all think Giannis is better than Tatum. We all think Dame is way better than Jaylen Brown. Who's the third best player there? Drew Holiday? Chris Middleton and Drew, that's always been a debate. We all ranked Brook Lopez above KP in our centers rankings.
Yeah, but KP has a Celtics jersey this season on, bro. You think
I
I'm lying when
forgot.
it comes to this voodoo? Like, this is serious.
He's Super Saiyan. Super Caucasian mode. I forgot.
Exactly.
And listen, Bobby Portis and Derek White, that's comparable. Derek White's better, but like, you know, it's not hugely different. Like the depth, we're acting like the Bucks are a 2-man team, and they're also 5 or 6 good players deep.
The Celtics have the best top 6 in the league. I would take their top 6 over anybody else's, and I think that in the regular season, guys like Peyton Pritchard, he's gonna come in, he's gonna do, you know, Peyton Pritchard stuff, right?
Don't get me going on Marjon Beauchamp.
Okay. you could have I'd honestly rather have Peyton at this point. But listen, the Celtics and also the Celtics were 1 game off of the 1 seed from last year. And like they still are they're gonna be good. I think that listen, there's something that happens to your team when Marcus Smart is the point guard and he's a little bit irrational. And there was just something last year where there was so many games where they were just playing with their food and like they should have won all these games. Like everybody was healthy and it was fine. I think that now that you have Drew Holiday there at the point guard position, you have a team coming off that was probably supposed to walk to the finals and then they didn't even get there. They're gonna be motivated. They're gonna be ready. I think that a lot of those stupid losses are gonna be wins this year. They're going to win 60, and I think it's gonna be easy for them to get to 60 games.
Yeah, I agree on everything you're saying. I just think the Bucks are equally as good. I think we're gonna see the most dominant top 2 teams in the conference we've seen in a long time. It's gonna be like Warriors and Rockets for those few years in the West, like it was then.
Good times.
What a time, man.
Yeah,
I miss 2018 so much.
What else do we have? What else do we have on this list?
We gotta talk about the Hawks versus Knicks. Let's get back into this.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I didn't forget. I think the Hawks are gonna be incredible. I think I'm fully bought into Quinn Snyder revitalizing this team. Fully bought into the Trae Young redemption. It's just preseason, and a lot of times this type of thing starts off early in the year, but as the year goes on, players fall into their ways. And what I'm talking about is Trae Young has been moving off ball. I've been seeing plays where he starts off on the top of the arc, throws the entry pass to the mid post, runs around the right side to the corner, cuts baseline around the left corner, and comes off a screen at the top of the arc again, looking exactly like Steph Curry. I never saw Trae Young do that. For years, he wanted to see Trae Young do that. Now that I'm seeing it, and I'm seeing the way his speed bends defenses because he's quick as hell and runs around like Kyler Murray on the football field, just looking crazy. If he's going to do that all year, we're going to see a better DeJounte Murray because we're going to be able to have him have the ball in his hands and Trae Young actually make him better. We're going to see better spacing because John Collins is in there chucking up corner threes. We're going to see Jalen Johnson have an opportunity to provide some sort of value, an Onyeka jump, everything combined. This is going to be like the Hawks were a couple years ago when they made that run to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I think I just ascended.
I'm sorry. Listen, Ben Simmons should have dunked and teabagged Trae Young at the rim, and he forgot how to do it, and so then the Sixers lost. So like it was fraudulent. But shout out to them. Shout out to them.
Was that even? That wasn't even a Game 7, was it?
No, it was Game 6.
There you go. So whatever. Shut up. The Hawks are good.
Yeah, man. There's just so many indicators. As a Hawks fan who's been saying the same exact shit, just beating a dead horse of we're playing fucking hero ball. Trae Young is literally like a 6'1" version. He's been playing like a 6'1" version of fucking James Harden, bro, which is phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? It's a little worse, obviously, but that's great basketball. But that can only take you so far, especially when you're a team that has no spacing. John Collins had that fat ass inflated pinky, and that eliminated all of his shooting ability. And then on top of that, having a 4 who's a traditional actual 4 from like the 2000s who's been trying to masquerade as a, modern day Swiss Army knife. He's not that. We have someone who can legit be that, and that's Jalen Johnson. And he is one of the 3 key things that will fully unlock the Hawks and their not limitless potential. Let me not say that now, but their high potential in my mind. So when you consider those things, Onyeka Okongwu is over here being self-aware and he's shooting threes, and you know what I'm saying? Quinn Snyder just has this team bought in, and the brand of basketball changing just means a hell of a lot of W's will be added. So just know that I will definitely be insufferable. Y'all might have to block me on Twitter or mute me. All right. But just know that I will be in your face, yapping my ass off. Jalen Johnson 4 assists. Oh, best believe this is the greatest day of my life, bro.
Now, Donovan,
y'all good? Y'all done?
Give us a dissenting opinion. Tell us why they're going to be mid.
I'll start with this. I agree that the Hawks are going to be very good, and they're going to be much better than they were last year. The offense is going to be great. They're going to look much more fluid. They're just not going to be better than the Knicks. And like, even everything that you saw from the Knicks last year, right? 3rd best offense in the league last year. Top 10 net rating in the league last year. This team that started off slow, they were under 500 for I guess month and a half, for like October and November. And then Brunson just reminds everybody, or not even reminded, he showed everybody, hey, nobody's going to stop me when I go downhill. Nobody can stop me one-on-one. And he was one of the best isolation scorers last year. And the stuff that we were talking about earlier when you're like, oh, this team has been up and down. Yeah, because in 2020, they were completely devoid of any offense. Elfrid Payton was running point guard, and Julius Randle had this like insane contract year. Then now, like everything that they're able to do offensively with Brunson running it, you have some really good players there. You add Josh Hart, great connecting piece. You add Dante DiVincenzo, another great connecting piece. You just have a lot of guys there who know how to play basketball and are just going to add on to this offensive system that was one of the best in the league last year. And so, listen, and if
they were top what offense last year, real quick?
Top 3.
It's gross.
Top 3.
The Knicks?
Flawed.
Top 3.
No way.
The Knicks had top 3 offense last year?
No way.
It was, in terms of offensive rating, it was the Kings, it was the Celtics, and then the Knicks and the 76ers were tied at 117.
Why did I not remember that?
That feels
Exactly.
so forgettable.
Good.
And look, that's how we want it. Listen, we'll keep it on the low. We'll keep it on the low because when it comes time for April and May, and Trae Young has to guard Jalen Brunson, he's getting that shoulder to his chest. He's falling down, and he's not doing anything, right? And so whenever we get that 4 or 5 matchup, we're running it back.
DeJounte's gonna walk over, long ass wingspan. He's gonna be.
We've all listen. You don't even believe that. We've already said that DeJounte's overrated. It's fine, but all I'm saying is that the Knicks have proven, at least over the last 2 years or 3 years, that they've been able to be consistent, and their offense now, like last year, was taken to another level. And I think that for them, defensively last year was a problem, and for like a Tom Thibodeau team was one of like the defense had some issues. I think now you're going to be able to improve on that with DiVincenzo, with Hart there for a whole season, and you're going to be just fine. And so I just don't see where like the Hawks make this insane leap, right? Up 7 games, like, and we just think that the Knicks are going to dial back. I think it'll be okay.
I think the biggest separator between
so then you're asking for the
is,
Hawks to win like 50 games.
I think that's very possible for them.
50 games at the 4
biggest
seed?
separator for this is
think
that
they'll
the
win, like,
Hawks are going to be
49,
shooting
something like that.
so many fucking threes. Trae Young is going to chuck the motherfuckers. I literally was watching an interview the other day talking about how
You better make them because he
Quinn
was
Snyder
mid
was
last year.
telling Trae that he needs to
He
go
was
ahead.
bad last year.
He needs to go ahead and shoot way more threes than settling for long twos and doing fadeaway stuff, which is important, but not as important as the 3-point shot for someone who's as gifted as a shooter that he is. And so I think we're going to have a better defense than you guys simply because of big bodies, Hunter, Clint Capella, DeJounte Murray, shit like that, whatever. But I think the 3-point shooting is going to be like the biggest difference and why I see us being a step ahead of the New York Knicks.
Every
The Knicks are
year of
great.
Trae Young's prime, besides last year, they've been a top offense. They weren't last year because adding DeJounte to the mix made it weird. They had no spacing, and Trae Young had a shooting slump. None of those things will be an issue this year with Quinn Snyder. This team is going to be a top 3 offense. If I could make prop bets on a team being a top 3 offense, I'd put my fucking life savings on the Hawks being that high, which I think will make them be above the Knicks, who are going to be good offense still for sure. But I think Hawks will be like in the mix for the top offense in the league for the entire year. And like Mo said, the defense will be as good or if not better.
So their
And also-
offense is just going to get to the level that the Knicks were last year.
You
And
have
the defense will be
RJ
better.
Barrett on your team. You have
And I have
RJ
them one
Barrett on
seed
your
above
team.
them.
End of discussion.
You have DeAndre Hunter. Let's not get too cocky.
Thank you.
Hey, he's better than him.
I guess that's a mid off.
Listen, one-on-one. Let's set it up right now.
Oh my
So
god.
I'll call
He
RJ.
might have that. RJ might have that because he's a strong man. But regardless of the fact, let's not have this conversation.
Yeah. What else is in here? We all have the 76ers falling off just because there's no way to assume anything good is going to happen to them this year with James Harden drama looming over their head.
Yeah.
The
We all
only
have the
way
Cavs
that
at
they
3.
elevate, the only way that the 76ers elevate is entirely based on what leaves Tyrese Maxey is able to take.
100%.
And that's it. Nothing else changes with their team. Joel Embiid's going to go ahead and do Joel Embiid things. PJ Tucker's going to give you that random ass 7 games without scoring drought. You know what to expect out of this team. So it's like
Yeah, 2 points per game. Yeah, I see we all have the Pacers making a jump to the playoffs. I think that's another easy one. Hammer their over if you're betting props for the year. I don't remember what their over is. Bet it no matter what. They're going to be extremely good. When they were healthy last year with Tyrese Halliburton, they were the 6th seed for a long time. They fell off when he got hurt because he is the offense. He's one of the top offensive engines in the league. They live and die by him. And now they have even more pieces. Miles Turner's coming to his own. They have 1 million fours now. They're going to be a great team.
Facts.
Agreed.
Facts.
they're fucking phenomenal, bro.
I think we're done. I mean, the Magic, we didn't talk about them at all, but we all have them in the playoffs. I think the Magic are going to be great. I think year 2 of Paolo with Franz in year 3 going to be making arguably a most improved player leap. We'll talk about that award in a little bit. Franz is going to be in the mix. Markelle Fultz is winning that point guard job, looking like a great fit. They have a lot of spacing. They have really talented big in Wendell Carter. Forgot his name for a second. I see
How
the
dare
vision
you.
to them being probably the biggest surprise team of the league.
I think what a lot of people viewed OKC to be last season, I think they're gonna have a similar year, and a lot of people are gonna be like, yeah, they're up next in terms of being a consistent team. They're out of the slums, and this is a team that everyone should look out for the next few years. And this is their waking up party, if you say
Yeah.
so.
People don't realize how much of a star leap that's coming from Paolo. When Victor Wembanyama is taking all of the young player hype machine that all the eyes are going to him, Paolo's going to come out with the true star year 2. I think
I agree.
Man,
I agree. Yeah.
yeah, man,
Yeah. That,
best talent the league has ever seen since Bob Cousy.
yeah, bro. And if the Orlando Magic get like 10% better shooting from either you say everyone or someone like Jalen Suggs gets his shit together, or maybe if Gary Harris is good again, then big whoop. If they get more shooting from everyone, which I expect to happen, they could be as high as possibly the 7th seed. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, me neither, because all these seeds are going to be decided by like 1 or 2 games. So they could definitely, but like they could be the 6th seed. I don't know. It might be 44 games versus 42.
That's a lot of dip. That's a lot of dip on the chip. I don't know if I can go as high as 6 for.
I picked
for
him at the
Orlando.
8. I agree, but I'm just saying like it's going to be a 2-game difference. It wouldn't be the biggest surprise in the world.
What's the difference between? There's a 4-game difference between 6 and 8 last year.
Okay, so maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. But
Yeah.
point saying is they're going to be in that mix, and there's a lot of variability there on how good they could be and how high they could be in that mix. And I think like best case scenario could be the 6th seed. if everything clicks, which is a big ask.
True.
Man,
Yeah, man. I think we're good. I think we can move on to the awards predictions.
Let's do it.
Do you guys want to start with the Premier Awards or get the ones we don't care about out of the way first?
Let's get the ones we don't care about out the way.
All right. We're going to start with the trio of Sixth Man of the Year, Coach of the Year, and Clutch Player of the Year. We'll do the same thing we did for the seedings. We'll each give our chunk for each section and go one by one.
Okay.
I'll go first. Sixth Man of the Year, I'm going Cole Anthony,
Ooh.
Very interesting. Okay.
which I think is a unique pick. Coach of the Year,
That's a-
Quinn Snyder, and Clutch Player of the Year, Damian Lillard.
Wow. Okay. I
So
love that.
rationale
I love
for each
that.
of these. Sixth Man of the Year, Cole. Last year, he had far less minutes. I think he played 23 minutes a game because Markelle Fultz came back. And he shot 50% from the field and 36% from three on a high diet of off-the-dribble shots. I think he's legitimately really good. And if this team is competitive, there's going to be more of a limelight on him. And I think he's going to earn minutes and be able to score a lot of points in those small amount of minutes. Last year, he averaged 13 in his first year coming off the bench. I think he can get up to 17 or so if the team's good. And I think that's kind of the archetype you see for Sixth Man of the Year. It's a high scorer off the bench for a good playoff team. And if we all think the Magic are going to make that jump to that level, I don't see any reason why he can't continue to do that.
Nice. I cannot really disagree with that. I didn't have him as a name, or I didn't even think of him when it comes to this. But if the Orlando Magic do reach these aspirations that I have for them, Cole Anthony will play a heavy part in that, and he could be that fill-in too, just for spacing reasons. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
good pick.
And Coach of the Year, well, listen, we just talked for like 20 minutes about why we think the Hawks will be really good now. And that's going to be entirely because of Quinn Snyder. And I think the narrative of he turned the Hawks around, he saved Trae Young's reputation from the depths of despair. It's going to be a good narrative.
Gosh.
If they're a top 4 seed, I think he's a shoo-in.
That-
And then Clutch Player of the
yeah.
Year, Dame. I think the way this Bucks team is going to work is Giannis go out there and go crazy, play halfback dive every play for 3 quarters. And when fourth quarter comes around, we got to slow some shit down. The ball's going to be in Damian Lillard's hands. And because of that, I think his fourth quarter scoring numbers are going to be ridiculous. And last year, that was basically the recipe for why De'Aaron Fox won it. He scored a ton of points in the last 5 minutes of games. I think it's going to be Dame this year.
Nice.
Okay. All right, not
Yeah,
bad.
I can agree with that. Not bad takes. I don't really give a fuck about the Clutch Player of the Year award.
Me neither. I don't care at all.
It's okay, whatever. But okay,
I don't care
I'm not
at
gonna
all.
say shit about that.
That award is literally just who scored the most fourth quarter points this year. Boring
Yeah,
ass
exactly.
award.
Yeah, who cares? It's not moving the needle.
Nope.
Adam, I want to hear your list.
All right. Sixth Man of the Year, Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
I forgot about him. That's a
So
cool
I
pick.
have him. For Coach of the Year, Taylor Jenkins for
Okay.
for the Memphis Grizzlies. And then Clutch Player of the Year, I'm going Tyrese Halliburton. Yeah. I think
Okay, explain that one. The first two are I understand. Explain Tyrese as clutch player.
for Tyrese, I think that like you said, the Clutch Player of the Year is going to go to whoever scores the most points in clutch time or just has a lot of those moments. And for a lot of those teams who aren't going to be in those situations, that's why I wouldn't pick a Dame. But for Tyrese, like the Pacers are going to be good and they're going to be better, but they are going to they're not a world beater. So they're going to be in a lot of close games. And I think that Tyrese is him. I think that he's just going to, come through and do what he does. So that's why I'm taking him
Yeah.
as the Clutch Player of the Year.
No, yeah, I don't hate that whatsoever.
Makes sense. Yeah, I mean,
No.
we all agree he's a elite offensive engine. If the team is as good as we think that it'll be because of their offense most likely, and he'll be the deciding factor of that. Which is, now that I think about it, a very similar narrative arc to the Kings last year. So I can rock with that.
No, yeah, that makes complete sense.
Who
So
else?
let me move on to my list.
Who else y'all got questions about Jenkins? About Bogey?
No, I get it. I mean, Jenkins is
Makes
always in the
complete
running
sense.
for this. Jenkins finds victories out of very little talent routinely. If he does it again and they once again have a top 3 seed, totally understand it.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
With how your standings align, this makes complete sense, and that's
Yeah.
the way it should go. Because usually, Coach of the Year based off of who wins the
Yeah.
most games, not actually how good of a coach are you. I think
Yeah, it's
proof of
who
that is
does the
Eric
most with the
Spoelstra.
least help.
Yeah, but Eric Spoelstra, he hasn't won one of them bitches yet, which is criminal. But you know what I'm saying.
He should
And
stop
they
being
don't
the 10
win
seed every
games.
year.
They
Tell him
don't
to stop
win
being the 10
games.
seed.
just a couple years ago, they were the 1 seed.
Tough. Taylor
Forget
Jenkins
about
got
that,
the 2
it
seed.
didn't happen.
Taylor Jenkins got the
Yeah.
2 seed.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, he did it, but I guess I don't know. It's just one of those weird things with Miami, weird organization. But for sixth man of the year, I have Emmanuel Quickly. I think he was in contention last year for it. I think this year he's going to get it. They're going to rely on him for a lot of buckets, and the spacing isn't fantastic over there in New York. And in order for them to thrive and make a push, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's going to be one of the biggest determining factors for that. Coach of the year. Hella wins the Boston Celtics. My goals align. I just think that they're going to fucking have an insane regular season. Might win like 64, 65 games. I think they're going to be that unstoppable because of their star power depth, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Joe Mazzulla is the safest pick, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Second year coach. The narrative is going to be there. He lost the locker room last season and all that. I think they're going to be ridiculous. And then clutch player of the year. Don't give a damn. Don't care about this award. Jamal Murray. We can move on.
Dart throw. Jamal Murray.
Yeah, there we go. I think honestly, with a little bit of logic attached to this, I think that he's going to get a lot of respect this season. And he obviously, we all know he's going to be an all-star, regardless of the fact of what he pretty much does this season. But I think with that being said, a lot more attention to spotlight is going to be on him specifically because the expectations that people consistently place on him. And I think Jokic is going to, you know what I'm saying, offload a lot of that duty to him when it comes to on a consistent basis when it comes to clutch situations and moments, just because he don't like to hoop apparently.
God, I hate that conversation. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Great. Again, these are the awards that are least interesting to me. We can breeze right through them and move on to the ones that we're all here for.
Let's talk about what matters for once.
Thank you.
Yep.
Real discourse.
Do you guys want to... Okay, should we bunch... There's 4 next awards. Most Improved Player, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and MVP. Want to do them all at the same time, or do you want to make MVP separate?
Let's make MVP separate.
Okay, let's save the cream of the crop. Even though, for me, it's not the most interesting one. It kind of went chalk. But we'll separate just because it's MVP. Next up, Most Improved Player. I went Anthony Simons.
Woo.
By far the hardest award. I have 3 people in the running for this. Anthony Simons, Jordan Poole, and Franz Wagner. Ended up going Simons, but any of those guys could get it, especially Jordan Poole. He dropped 42 today in the preseason. It might be him, but I'm going to go Simons just because I think he's going to... we'll get to it. Defensive Player of the Year, Evan Mobley. He was 3rd last year as a second-year player. I think it's his time. He's going to get his DPOI in before Victor Wembanyama runs away with the next 6. And then speaking of the devil, Rookie of the Year, I got Big Vic himself. The most obvious pick that's ever been made.
Chalk, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
Like
for Most Improved, I have Jalen Green. That was my hot take last week. I'm staying with it this week. Defensive Player of the Year, I'm giving it to Anthony Davis. He's gonna get it.
I almost did that too. That was my first thought.
He's gonna get it. And the Rookie of the Year, surprise, surprise, Wemby.
Nice.
Yeah.
I almost went AD, but then I looked at the numbers. After the trade deadline last year when they had that team, they were only like 9th in defensive rating. And I don't think they're going to be that much better this year. I think it's going to be a very balanced offensively and defensively team, not like an elite defense like it was in 2020. And it's just, even though AD is, I think, pound for pound, the best defensive player in the world, you got to be a top 1 or 2 defense to win DPOI. And I don't know if I see that from the Lakers this year.
That's fair. The level that we saw AD though in the playoffs last year was like a different level of defense.
Yeah, that narrative's gonna stick. It's gonna stick for sure.
And so like everybody is already understanding that. Like, listen, he can play at the highest level on one side of the floor. The question's always just gonna be like, is he gonna score 30 or is he gonna score 15? But we're not talking about that with DPOY. So I think that's gonna go. And then also with like Mobley and Allen. Like Mobley's obviously like great. People might hold, and even though there's DPOY, and I just said that like we don't care about the points for AD, I feel like Mobley is going to be under a very big spotlight this year because people are expecting like this big leap.
Yeah.
So he might get over criticized, and so that's
Kendrick Perkins. Speaking of that, Kendrick Perkins put him on like. He made this list of players with the most approved this season, and he just randomly threw out Evan Mobley's name.
Yep.
Well, I guess not randomly. It sounds like you're affirming what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I guess it makes sense.
And listen,
he's top 3 in DPOY.
And if
people
Perk
say he's a future star, yeah, okay. If Perk says it, I want to disagree because fuck Perk. But I get it. He's a top 3 defensive player of the year guy, everybody talks about him like he's the next, like star big man. He hasn't really developed offensively too much yet. He's great at finishing plays and not at creating them. He got decimated by the Knicks. Like, if he doesn't come out strong, it'll be like, okay, maybe he doesn't have the ceiling we once hoped he did.
Something that you said a few minutes ago, Isaac, is that a lot of these awards will be based off of narratives, which for you crayon eaters out there, it's just based on how you feel at the moment. And
storylines.
That's just like what's most important, sadly, when it comes to these awards. So with that being said, for my most improved player of the year award, someone who has the strongest storyline out of every other candidate, surprise, surprise, Jordan Poole. Clout is OD. He got punched the fuck out last season. It was a walking punching bag. He went punching bag, got decimated. Literally, the TMC got their hands on the tape. Man, it was a crazy time, but he's going to go ahead and
Zapruder
prevail.
film of him getting knocked out. That's crazy.
Exactly. I think he's going to thrive over there and put up fucking 26 or 25, something crazy like that over there in Washington. For my defensive player of the year award, narrative stick. I think Anthony Davis, him and the limelight that he put on himself when it comes to the defensive masterclass that he put on will show and will stick. And if the Lakers are going to be I think I had them as a top 2 seed in the Western Conference, Anthony Davis has to be a defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? And then for my rookie of the year, womp womp, yeah, Wemby, like he's ridiculous. He just nutmegged Reggie Bullock, a 7'4" dude. We've never seen that before. I believe this is the first time in NBA history where someone that big nutmegged someone like that, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's different.
Yeah. But I think it seems like we're pretty much aligned when it comes to this. The craziest thing that I see is maybe most improved player of the year award going to Anthony Simons. And I went on this long ass tangent because when it comes to, you don't know the fucking definition of most improved player of the year award. And you're probably one of those people who voted for John Morant a couple years ago, Isaac. If you had a vote, you would have done that shit. And I think the most player of the year award, let me go on a rant. Let me go on a rant. Listen, the most improved player of the year award lost its value.
Talk to him.
What it literally means, and history tends to show that whenever you see an insane surge of production, point blank period. John Morant was already like that, bro. If you look at the list prior to that, Larry Markkinen, he checks off. He was fighting for his NBA career, looking for where he was supposed to be at and finding his role. And he finally lived up to this all-star potential that some people saw he had. Julius Randle, same shit. Brandon Ingram, naturally, because the opportunity was there, he went ahead and won that award. Pascal Siakam follows those same lines. Like, the list goes on and on and on. And I don't think Anthony Simons fits this perfectly. And also, I think the Blazers are going to suck.
You just picked a 20-point per game score with a max contract and a ring. And you're going to tell me that Anthony Simons is too proven to win most improved player? Anthony Simons hasn't done a fucking thing in his career. He was a late first round pick. He is not a number 2 pick, sure thing star like John Morant. There is no reason that Anthony Simons cannot win this award.
I think it's wide consensus. First off, you said he didn't do a goddamn thing. Hey, did you not see him win the dunk contest a couple years ago?
Oh my God!
All right, we respect those things over here.
I gotta
respect those things over here.
I was letting you cook. No. Look, listen. Both of these guys have scored 20 points per game before, and it's just like what. I think like it makes a little bit more sense for you just because like the narrative is going to be there for Poole. And I think that for Simons, like he does have the ability to get lost in that backcourt with Scoot, with Shaedon.
Motherfuckers are putting Shaedon sharp ahead of him,
Shaedon hasn't done shit.
Yes,
Shaedon is mid. Shaedon hasn't done a single thing yet. Shaedon has potential because he jumps high. Shaedon has not put together 15 effective games in his career yet, not even in the summer league. Scoot is a rookie. Scoot is a rookie. He'll be great. He's a rookie point guard. They're never that good. Even Ja, as a rookie, better than most, wasn't that great. That's why he won most improved the next year. Anthony Simons, in 11 games last year without Damian Lillard, 11 games isn't the biggest sample size, but it's enough, I think. 27.9 points, 5.7 assists, 41% from 3, 46% from the field. He has zero competition for shots. He will get as many as he wants.
The same exact thing can be said for Jordan Poole, though. And then on top of that, it's Jordan Poole, and the narrative completely steamrolls and washes anything that people will be worried, anything that they do in Portland. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care. So, I don't like have an issue with Jordan Poole.
It's not for you to care.
No. I don't have an issue with Jordan Poole. Like I said, he's my top 3. I'm not disputing that with you. You're the one that was like, Anthony Simons can't win it. He's too good. Which, like, why? Like, what is he? He's not an all-star. He's not on that trajectory. Nobody came to the draft thinking Anthony Simons is that dude.
I feel like Anthony Simons has shown that he's been that good, but maybe it's just me and how much I believe in him already. Regardless of the fact, though, I don't think his growth will be that much of a surprise compared to someone like, I don't even want to say someone like Jordan Poole, because it won't be a surprise, more shots and all that stuff. I think at the end of the day, it just comes to narratives between the two.
And like Mo said, it's really just about vibes and how I feel about this moment. And in this moment, Mo's like, nah, like I don't really feel Anthony Simons is gonna win it. So it's like, okay, the narrative is just shifting at that point. So listen, most consistent.
They have the same exact odds, which makes sense. They're in very similar situations.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I didn't even know that. Maxey is the lead on favorite to win it for the score. That makes sense. If James Harden's traded, Maxey's gonna have a bigger role. Mikal Bridges is number 2. I find it hard to believe that he'll win it.
Nah.
After
Cade
what he
Cunningham,
showed,
Austin Reeves. Yeah, I guess.
Nah.
I'm not picking Austin Reeves.
I'm not either. All right, let's go to the main event though. Who's winning MVP? Who is Kendrick Perkins fighting against this year?
I'm coming with a bold prediction of the year. Nikola Jokic wins his 3rd MVP.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise. The best player in the world is going to win it again. Last year he got robbed, and immediately everybody said, oh, wait, he got robbed. That, I think, is enough to wear away some of the voter fatigue. I don't see a world where Jokic comes out like lackadaisical, because he's never been like Giannis, where he's like 1,000% every time down the court. He's just so good. He can be relatively lax and play at his own pace and put up his numbers no matter what. We all think they're going to be the 1 seed. If they're the 1 seed again and he's the best player in the world again, I think it'll be him, because the 2 teams in the East are going to be so good, but they have too many good players that it's going to take them out of the conversation for MVP.
You don't think his horse racing is going to distract him?
That narrative is beating his ass right now already.
He was at practice scouting horses. He needs to lock in.
People are so bored. They have nothing. People aren't used to the fact that the best player in the world has nothing to nitpick. People are like, don't know how to comprehend a world where the best NBA player doesn't have something to slander them about. So they have to be like, maybe he doesn't care about basketball. Maybe he likes horses too much. Like, this is like a weird pre-draft thing where they're like, oh, he cares too much about outside factors. But the whole time he just won Finals MVP.
Nah, he watches horse racing too much for me. I can't stand by it. I can't do it.
So stupid.
I can't do it. Yeah. And because of that, that's not why. But I am going somewhere different though. I'm going with Jason Tatum to win MVP.
Okay.
Ooh. I think we saw Tatum at like really leading the race for about like a month and a half at the start of last year. I think that the Celtics are going to be so good this season. I like I said earlier, I think that they are going to get 60 wins easy. I think that Tatum's life is going to be as simple as it's ever been, which is go out every night and get 30 and don't get embarrassed on defense. And he's already like a good defender. And so you have this two-way star who's going to average 30 on the best team in the conference, potentially the best team in the league. And so like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't it go to Tatum if the Celtics meet all of the expectations that are put upon them right now? So yeah, I'm going
absolutely right.
I think the narrative will be they have a super team and that they're so good that he's going to be in the mix for sure. So it'll basically be
though. I don't think they are going to be looked at as a super team just because like their team is very, very good, but at the same time, if you stack up everybody on them and Milwaukee, the first two players coming off the board are for Milwaukee, right? Or I guess two of the top three. I think I would take Tatum over Dame, but
yeah, definitely.
But here's
the thing: the Bucks are also a super team.
Exactly, and so I think they are more of that than Boston.
But the Nuggets aren't.
And that's fair. That's why like I wouldn't put Giannis as my second. Like I can definitely see Jokic being the runner up, but I do think that Tatum has a really good opportunity for him to go and kind of just like seize this entire moment. And he averaged 30 last year. So right.
I agree. 30? I just think that I think it'll be that they're going to be better. But I think for this recipe, for him to already be an MVP contender, and then to make that jump, I would think one, it's about the competition. Does Jokic have a caliber season worth that? Does a newcomer come? Does Shea have that or whoever else? But for Tatum, I think they're going to be a better team, but it won't be because he got better. You know what I mean? Like, he's probably going to be the same. So if they made this big jump and it's because they added better players, not necessarily because anything changed with Tatum, I don't know what the stronger argument will be if Jokic has also an MVP caliber season with less help. You know what I mean? It'll basically be what's stronger, the voter fatigue or the super team fatigue.
I think something that'll bust both of those thoughts is just simply the Boston Celtics might be like that. Now, with that being said, I don't have Tatum being the MVP, but if it does happen, it's simply because the Boston Celtics won 65 games. Jason Tatum maintained the same type of numbers, and it's just sheer greatness that you cannot deny. And this may be his opportunity to enter that top 5 air that a lot of people eventually expect him to go ahead and be a part of, you know.
Listen, he's getting something. He's getting something. He's either getting the clutch player award, he's getting the MVP, he's getting the scoring title. There's gonna be a trophy at the end of the year with Jason Tatum's name on it. Like is. This is the moment. This is the chance. I think he's taking that opportunity.
Listen, if they have an all-time great regular season, I can see it. But I think it'll take an all-time great regular season.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they'll have that.
And I think with that argument, with that Donovan has, I can definitely agree with that. But I have a different MVP. My MVP winner for this year is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think that, like you said, Isaac, he's just always a fucking monster. And I think what happened and how they went out last season will reap his mind. I see him being stupidly locked in and just putting up fucking 33, 34 points a game or something insane like that.
Yeah.
On a consistent basis, and I think he has that narrative of being embarrassed, and all these eyes are on him and Dame now. And I think his efficiency, as crazy as it sounds, is gonna jump back up actually, because if I remember correctly, it was slightly down compared to the year before.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's gonna be more efficient, put up a little bit more points per game, and the Bucks are gonna be elite. And I think with the type of season that he's gonna have, it might be all time great. But also, Jokic could easily do the same thing, and the Celtics could be elite. I don't fucking know. But it's just a wild prediction.
Giannis is going to have so many more easy buckets coming off of Dame pick and rolls. How are you going to be able to stop a Giannis lob when you're at the trap a Dame pick and roll?
That's what I'm saying. It's like the efficiency is going to jump.
That's not my job to figure that out. So I'm not going to answer that.
It's your boy Joe Mazzulla's job. Good luck.
Exactly.
KP is not going to answer those questions. I'm telling you that.
That is a fair pick though by Mo. And even though that I wouldn't have Giannis at 2, I feel like the last couple of years, once we start getting to like February and March, everyone's like, hey, is Giannis the MVP? Like, have we been overlooking him for the last 6 months? And I think now that Dame is there is like the spotlight, which is already on Giannis. It's going to be even bigger. And so people are going to be watching like every single night. So yeah, I can see that happening for Giannis though.
I think that's going to be Jokic. This past year, like you said, it was Tatum the first month. And then he slowed down and everyone's like, oh wait, Jokic is still Jokic. And he became the favorite for a while until all the Kendrick Perkins shit started and Joel Embiid won the narrative war. I think it'll be similar this year where those two teams in the East and then the Suns are going to be the shiny new toys. Lakers to some extent too. And everyone's like, oh, is it Giannis? Is it Tatum? Is it LeBron? Because he's going to start strong like always. And then dust is going to settle. Injuries are going to fall apart. Teams are going to normalize. And people are going to look up and be like, this motherfucker Jokic is the 1 seed, averaging 26 points on 70% true shooting like he always is. And it's going to be like, oh, wait, he's by far the most valuable player on this game right now. And we're going to see the same thing that happened last year, except Joel Embiid is not walking through those doors to ruin it.
Okay, well.
I like that thought process.
Yeah, like I'm not going to like, it's not crazy to think that. But like,
no, it's simple. Like it's my pick is the easiest pick to pick. Like it's like the safest pick for sure.
That's what got you last year though. See, you didn't see ahead what I was seeing about the voter fatigue. I couldn't predict race relations being brought into it. Right? I didn't see that. But do you think like this is a very rare air of people who are able to get 3 and 4? Do I think
Jokic deserves that? Yes.
Yeah. Not deserves it.
I know what you mean.
But like,
I know what you mean.
Is he gonna do it? Like that's.
I think the Finals MVP reset the voters' fatigue. I think there was that feeling. Everyone was like, he has to do it in the finals. He has to do it in the playoffs. This guy keeps failing in the first round. Now he did it, and now it's like, oh, he's on that like all-time great run. He's in the middle of like being this generation's whoever you want to compare him to. I don't want to get slandered for being like Tim Duncan or whatever, but whoever you want to say was that guy for a generation. I think now people are buckling in like, oh, Jokic is starting this dynasty run for an
He
individual.
believes in that.
He would have to
He believes
be,
in that.
He
wanted to say Tim Duncan.
It's just so crazy just because like the last person to do it was LeBron. And then the only other person to do it before that was Larry Bird. And obviously like we all hold Jokic in very high regard already all time. It's a little crazy to me that like 3 and 4 years is gonna happen, especially like I think Jokic is gonna have a very good spot in the second spot. And then I think between Giannis and Tatum, whichever team is the first seed, they're going to be 1. And then who's ever second is going to be 3 behind Jokic.
I can see that. I'm not worried about like the precedent thing because I think Jokic is clearly like in terms of regular season players, especially in that rare air, like in terms of like it comes so easy to him. He has the most effortless MVP seasons, just the nature of his game. I think we're going to look back when his career's over and like put him in that caliber in terms of regular season performance. Like imagine if peak James Harden did that every year without the fraudulent concerns. You'd be like, oh, this guy's clearly an all-time great top 5 regular season player ever. I think that's kind of who Jokic is.
Nah, he was playing that insurance fraud basketball.
Yeah, Jokic isn't, and he's doing the same shit.
To wrap this up, I wanted to highlight just a few things. First and foremost, this is going to be, I feel like, the most my bad MVP award ever if Jokic is win it. And not because like Jokic doesn't deserve anything like that, but it's like, holy fuck, y'all. Kendrick Perkins and all the boys were so wrong, and it has to do with how good Jokic is. Their narrative, like, fuck, my bad, and also how piss poor Joel Embiid was in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And
that's what I mean, bro.
I think, yeah, it's gonna be definitely a my bad MVP, and they're gonna his narrative has been realigned and reset because of those two things happen. How those two things happened, Embiid choking like shit and Jokic putting on a generational performance. And I think
exactly.
And in my greatest players of all time video that we did, I think I had him like top 13 or some shit like that. And that's me projecting like a motherfucker. And I don't give a fuck. I see the vision. I'll stand 10 toes on it.
You're so
you know
right.
So
I think
it matches.
MVP race last year, people were like, we've given this dude too much. He hasn't proven anything. And now after having one of the most monstrous playoff runs I've ever seen, it's like, oh wait, have we not given him enough? Like, do we need to like keep rewarding this excellence? Like, it's flipped now, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I 110% agree, man. But I ain't gonna lie, Isaac, Donovan, producer Nikhil, the TikTok fiends need it right now. I might need it. I'm itching. I'm scratching all over my body. I need the TikTok time, man. The fiends outside of my window begging for it. They crying. They all need to feed the streets. Crown eaters, say it with me. Let's rejoice. Finally. Please, it's TikTok time.
Let's go.
This run that Mo has been on introducing TikTok time, this is an all-time run. This is like a Jokic back-to-back MVP type of run. That was crazy. I saw him itching and I was like, is he okay? I had no idea. That was smooth. That's crazy.
Listen, I don't know how you're going to keep one-upping yourself, but so far you're like 3 episodes deep on giving pure cinema as a transition. So listen, you got to keep it rolling.
Listen,
you better
in 2
pull out
years from
props
now.
next week. You better pull out props, put on a costume. You better have a script. It better be all out next week.
He's for sure writing these. He's writing these in pre-production.
Not even. In like a year or 2 years from now, or whenever we do our first live show, I'm gonna throw a Playboy Cardi type mosh pit for TikTok time. You don't believe me? Watch.
Yeah, man. He wrote 5 transitions a day for 5 summers.
Oh, good.
That's great, man. Welcome to TikTok time. As always, we're gonna begin with the draft. This time, we're gonna draft players that were born after the year 2000. 2001 and going forward, the youngest players in the league.
Oh my,
it's gonna be good.
Goodness, this is ridiculous. We're only like two years older than these guys, but still, after 2000, still looks so crazy on paper.
Facts. We were all born in 1999, so we're the last of the 20th century kids. So this is the draft that makes us feel old.
We're washed.
Damn, they finna be. Why'd you throw out our birth year, Isaac? They finna be calling us Unk now. Damn.
If one of you motherfuckers walks up to me in person and calls me Unk, I'm gonna lose my mind. I a fortnight ago I was in college. If I'm Unk now, I'm gonna lose my mind.
It's gonna be crazy.
I'm not ready for that yet.
You
Yeah,
literally,
man, the draft
listen,
order this time.
you literally had to put a pillow under your back before we started this. Your back is cooked. You're done. You're washed.
Yeah. For context for the viewers, bro, this man stopped. We stopped after the MVP segment, and he just walked around the room for like 5-10 minutes. God damn, 13 hours in a chair. You
I'm
Uncle
being
Real.
exposed. Anyways, the draft order is Muhammad, Donovan,
Oh,
and
wow.
me in that order.
Wow. The government?
That's right. His name
The
isn't
Guppy?
Mojo. He's old. He has a full name. His mother did not name him Mojo. Don't let him lie to you.
The government?
His name is
Fuck,
Mo
man.
Coke.
Yo. That is crazy. I've never
Gotta get
felt
back
so
on.
exposed in my life.
Look him up on LinkedIn.
All right. Just for that. Oh my God, bro. Just for that, I'm finna whoop y'all ass in this draft.
All right, hook time. Let's draft NBA lineups with only players born after the year 2000. Where are we going? Mo?
First overall pick, give me Anthony Edwards.
Okay,
I knew
safe
you were
pick.
going to go there. Knew
like
you were
it.
going to go
I
there.
had to.
That's
I
fine.
had to.
Give me the newest unicorn. Give me Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, should have picked him.
Nice.
I got to get Big Vic.
I'm
saw
gonna
it.
go. I'm cool being third. Give me LaMelo Ball and Paolo Banchero.
Yeah, that's
What a duo. What a duo.
Both players are making huge star leaps this year. We're gonna look back and realize my team is stacked.
Where do I want to go?
lie.
Where do I want to go? You know what? Give me. We're gonna go Twin Towers here. Give me Evan Mobley.
Ooh, that's crazy rim defense. That's a crazy combination.
Nobody is scoring. Nobody's scoring at the rim.
Listen, you saw what Julius Randle did to him in the playoffs last year. Paolo's just as strong.
He's not doing that to Wemby. Wemby's everywhere.
Mobley though, we're picking on him.
God,
We're circling his
What
name
a-
on the chart.
What a duo. I love that shit. I'm so happy you didn't pick him. I need a big so bad. Give me
Chet Holmgren.
Chet Holmgren.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course. Damn, hey. Go ahead and give me Chet. And then at the end of the season, y'all gonna be like, damn, this man was cooking. Give me Cade Cunningham.
Okay, that's a
I
good
got
pick.
a big lineup so far, bro.
Yeah, just how you like it.
Okay. Hold your horses. God.
Ooh, okay. So with my next pick, I am gonna go. Where do I want to go with this? Where do I want to go? You know what? At my 3, give me Franz Wagner.
Ooh, good pick, good pick.
I love it.
I'm glad this guy fell to me. At my shooting guard, J-Dub, Jalen Williams.
I was hoping he fell.
Whoa.
I was hoping he fell
whoa.
back.
He was
He
born
stayed
2001.
in college for a couple. Are you serious?
2001. He's 23 right now.
Mr.
2001,
Santa
I'll be
Claire?
22. Yeah. April 14th, 2001. Yeah, hop off my couch.
I don't know. Okay, you got it. You got it. Okay. Have fault. I love it.
Next pick. You know what? I'm going to slide J-Dub to my 3. And at the 2, another guy who's going to make a leap this year, Jalen Green.
Damn, I know that hurt your heart, Donovan.
Yep, Donovan wanted him. I knew it.
That was my next pick. And now, we have to pivot. This sucks. Okay. I have no idea where I want to go. You know what?
Yep.
Give me.
Denny Avdija.
No. Give me the new
Killing
school
Hayes.
Bob Cousy. Give me Josh Giddey.
Okay. Love it. Love it.
That's hard. That's a great pick. You don't stand a chance against me because I'm finna go ahead and lock all that shit up. Give me Devin Vassell. And then to double up, give me the best future rim protector in the NBA after, of course, Wemby. Walker Kessler.
Fuck, I was going to pick him next. I was waiting
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah, man. I had to do
I didn't
it.
think you were
I
going to
had
pick
do
2
it.
centers.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and pick up Jeremy Sohan or something like that, bro.
Oh,
Mark Williams is there for you, bro. Go ahead.
oh my God. Oh, wait a minute. Fraud. Devin Vassell was born in the year 2000.
He got called out.
Fraud. You
got
can't pick
called out.
Vassell. Pick somebody else.
No way.
Yep.
Yep. Born
Fraud
after.
alert.
Born after.
Do your homework, bozo.
Oh
Bozo
my
Elvis
god.
ratio.
All right, I'm still taking Walker Kessler regardless of the fact he's
Yeah.
still staying there. I just need to find another wing on the board. God, bro, and this list is fucking bleak as hell right now. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Holy
You
shit.
better pick Christian Braun.
Dude, I don't have anybody. I don't have another guard or wing on my list. Holy
Tari Eason's
shit.
calling your name.
Man, go ahead. I'm a hometown boy. Give me AJ Green or AJ Griffin.
Say
Give
it
me
again.
AJ Griffin.
Okay. Yeah. Congratulations on having the worst player on the board. You won.
He's a shooter.
Okay,
need that
listen, my
space.
team has absolutely, well, not absolute. Yeah, my team, listen, we don't really have shooting like that. But it's okay. I'm going to double down. I'm getting dogs on my team. Give me Scoot Henderson at my point guard.
Okay.
Wow.
Straight dog.
He'll be good eventually. Not year one.
That's fine.
At the 5, listen, Walker Kessler got stolen from me. There's no rim protectors left. I'm going all offense. Give me Sengun.
There you go. There
We're
you
scoring
go.
140 points a game.
You guys are not stopping shit.
We're
Oh my
scoring
god.
140. We're running up and down the court, passing it behind our
Yup,
heads.
and you finna
man thinks he's the
get
Kings.
155 pounded into your chest throughout every game. Let's talk about it.
We're gonna throw a bunch of hee-hees. That's gonna be great.
Oh
is
man.
hilarious.
So my 5, I got Cade Cunningham, Anthony Edwards, AJ Griffin, Chet, and Walker Kessler.
Yeah, the AJ Griffin pick really sold you. But it's
Bro.
okay. But it's okay.
I had Devin
okay.
Vassell ready.
I bet you did.
All right. I have Scoot Henderson, Josh Giddey, Franz Wagner, Wemby, and Evan Mobley. No shooting.
Okay.
No shooting. But you're not scoring at the rim.
Wemby and Mobley is crazy. I got
big as
LaMelo
hell.
Ball, Jalen Green, J-Dub, Paolo Banchero, and Sengun. Straight
You got
buckets.
the coolest lineup for sure.
Straight buckets.
Yeah, straight buckets, no defense at all. It's a second thought.
Straight ball handlers. We're just fucking 5 out every play. Everyone take their turn.
Oh yeah, your team is for sure putting out the greatest highlights of all time.
We're going to Rucker Park and going crazy.
Eat that.
Uh,
That's the end of the draft. Y'all let us know in the comments who won. I want to see it. Next video we
and
got.
why was it me?
Not.
Next video we're gonna do a tier list per usual. This time
what
we're gonna
do.
put every version of Kobe Bryant into a tier list.
It's time.
We did this with LeBron, it banged. We did this with Steph, it banged. It's time to do it with Kobe Bryant, another one of the greats. Yeah, man, this should be good. We have 7 versions of Kobe to rank.
Oh, this is gonna
Let's
be
do this, man.
This is gonna be fantastic. I'm ready.
Let's put every version of Kobe Bryant into a tier list. First off, rookie year, 1996 Kobe.
It doesn't matter. S tier.
F.
S tier. He made the All-Star
What?
game as a rookie, Mo. You have to
don't
understand
mean
that's a
none.
different level of greatness that you're seeing right there. Okay, he wasn't even playing. He wasn't even playing in the regular games, and everyone still knew he's like that. That's
what that
S
is?
tier.
You know what that
That's
is?
clout.
Aura.
Exactly. Exactly.
You're just
Put
as
him in S
bad,
tier,
bro.
Put him in S tier.
Oh my god.
We'll split the difference.
C,
Put him in C.
D.
Put him in C for Aura.
Put him in S tier.
Okay.
Next up, we're splitting the difference. We'll go C.
There we go. Let's vote on it.
F
Next
tier is
up-
disrespectful as it is, though.
Come on. Next up, 2001 Kobe.
Now this is real ore right here. Now you're talking.
Listen, in the middle of a
This is what we
three-peat,
talking about.
Froby, Afro Kobe,
Ugh.
that's S tier.
Automatic S tier.
Yeah.
Vibes are immaculate right now. S tier.
Yep.
Yeah. Some of
Not
the
even the
greatest
best ver- not even the
posters
best
and
version
highlights
of
of this
Kobe.
time. I know exactly the ore. This is where the ore is kicking my ass. I ain't gonna lie. The highlights.
That Fro did it
Was
for you?
it, is this? Yeah, exactly. Hell yeah. I'm admitting it. I don't care. Stamp it, staple it, tell the whole country. The Fro did it for me, man.
All right, next up, 2006 Kobe. His career high in scoring. Got robbed of an MVP.
Listen, he's dragging Smush Parker to the playoffs, scoring 35. This is S tier. This is scoring at its finest. This is the game
probably
winner.
his peak.
This is bang. This is the fist pump. You gotta
He
understand
really put
what
up
this is.
35.
Yes.
Yes, 35
In
points.
I
2006,
thought
my
it was
guy.
34. But in that year is ridiculous because spacing was insanely disgusting.
Yes, bro. One of the most slogged down offensive years of all time. He put up 35.
That is ridiculous, bro. And yeah, the efficiency must not be pretty, but who gives a damn about that, bro? Just simply putting up that amount of points and not being disgusting offensively when it comes to your efficiency, yeah, this has to be us.
In the mid 2000s with no threes. Yep. No threes either. Come on now.
A couple threes. Yeah.
Zero negative threes, Isaac. Negative threes. Okay. He was putting the ball in the other basket. He was giving the other team
70s. They didn't have a line yet.
Come on.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we got 2008 Kobe.
He won an MVP. How is this not S tier Kobe?
Facts.
How is this not S tier Kobe? How's the MVP of the league not the best version? Come on. Next one.
Fact.
It's simple.
Okay, let's do it.
It's simple.
All right, next up.
Can't go against
2010.
He's winning back-to-back championships.
A or B?
He's winning back-to-back championships. Come on. Come on.
So you want to say S again? Is everything S?
He's winning back-to-back.
That is true.
He beat the Celtics in the game 7? Come on.
I've never seen a tier list like this
on.
get 4 straight S tiers.
Come on.
Only Kobe could do it.
Well, listen, that shit ends here. 2012 Kobe.
There we go.
This man was dragging Steve Nash, who wasn't playing any games. Dwight Howard on a bad back. Dragged him to the playoffs. Listen, he was averaging 40 minutes a night at 30-something years. This is S tier. No old man shouldn't be hooping like this. Okay? We've only seen LeBron hoop like this at an age like this. Come on now. Come on.
Made 2 free throws with a torn Achilles. I don't know.
Who else is doing that? Nobody.
Just off of that, the torn Achilles? Oh, I'm sorry. We have to put him at S.
Come on now.
Let's do it. It doesn't stop here.
Fuck it. Next up, final game Kobe. Not 2016, just the last game where he dropped 60.
Nobody's
when he was giving
retired.
Gordon Hayward the business?
Nobody's ever retired with 50 points in a game. 60 points in a game? I don't have to say it. I don't have to say it. It's unheard of. Shaq told him a week prior, I need 50. And Kobe said, nah, I can't do it. Just to lie to his face and get 60.
He said, I'll do you one better. 60.
Come on now. That's Mamba mentality at its finest. That's S tier. That's Kobe embodied in a single game, in a single moment. Come on now.
You can't name another player in NBA history who have a tier list like this.
You have to understand. You also have to understand. At the same time that he was playing this game, the Warriors were going for 73 wins. It didn't matter because Kobe was giving everybody buckets. They had to tune into this. Come on now.
That's great. There we are. The Kobe Bryant tier list. Everybody's an S tier besides Ricky Kobe's in C.
Look, and you can't even be mad at it either.
Listen, game's a game. Perfectly valid reasons. I can't argue.
Thank you.
Hey man, we'll move on. The next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna run back something we did a couple weeks ago for the first time. Deal or no deal. How this game works, I picked a player beforehand. It's gonna be centered around them, and I'm gonna list a couple 3 trade packages. You guys have to decide if you would take the deal or if you wouldn't. This time we're doing Trae Young.
Donovan, get your hands off of that goddamn phone. Get your ass in that goddamn corner.
I will consult you this time. We can talk about it this time.
Get out of here.
We can talk about it. I know this is your son. I know this is your guy.
Let's go.
So, NBA deal or no deal, Trae Young edition. First up, would you trade Trae Young for Scoot Henderson and a first-round pick?
Fuck no. A single first-round pick? I'm not even putting it into question. This dude is 25 years old. He's going to end up as one of the greatest shooters of all time. I love Scoot.
Okay.
He's going to be a star multiple
Relax.
times. There's no okay behind that. Look at the stats. Look at the facts. Look at how far he shoots from the three-point line.
Listen,
it's there.
I was with you. I was with you. But the fact that you said that he's going to go down as one of the greatest shooters of all time makes me want to trade him now. So
Show me another player who's shooting from that far on a consistent basis. You can only name 2.
Producer
Point blank period. It's over.
Can you please
get your ass off the call.
Can you bring up Trae Young stats from last year? Please tell me what this one of the greatest shooters of all time shot.
This is why you're fired. You're
Please
fired.
tell me.
Get off my team.
Please tell me what he shot.
You're fired. You're fired.
What did he shoot?
You're not
last year
listening.
from 3. What did he
Like
shoot?
30,
Oh my gosh.
34%. Listen,
34% from three.
we're talking about the difficulty in threes. You can't name more than 2 players who shoot like him. And if you think you want to get someone like Scoot, who's a player that you'll see almost every 3 years in an NBA draft, you're insane.
Mo.
And you're probably driving this franchise to the ground.
Mo,
but
if
not
all
my
the
team.
shots,
Not Atlanta.
If all the shots that you take are from 35, 40 feet and you're missing 67% of them, fam,
No.
take a step in and shoot
bro.
a better shot.
No.
Come on. No, get
No,
out of here.
bro.
Get out of here.
Mathematics is not mathematicking right now, bro. Look at
Get outta
the
here.
percentage of his long when he shoots over 35%, and you're gonna be shook.
What
That's
about
I'm
the ones
talking
that are
about. We're not
closer
in
to
this
the
conversation
line?
right now.
What about the ones that are closer to the line?
Okay.
You have
okay,
lost
let's
your
move on.
job.
Let's move on.
You have lost your job.
Back to this. But time to give us
no
a
deal.
decision.
No deal.
Side
No deal.
note: look at this fucking headshot of Trae Young this year. What does he look like Fabio? Who is he trying to rizz up?
He look high as hell too. Damn.
So-
I guess that's that father life.
That's funny.
All right, man. Next deal.
I don't even know if we
Trae
made
Young-
a deal or not. Is
Trae
he
Young.
traded or not?
How about Trae Young for Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero?
No.
No deal. No deal.
I like Bam. I like Tyler Hero too. 20 point per game scorer, and Bam 20 point per game scorer too, pretty much. Could be a defensive player of the year this year, but they're not the face of the franchise like
Yeah.
Trae Young could be.
Yeah, they can't carry a franchise. They can't be the base of a franchise without another primary scorer the way that Trae Young is. His passing, his scoring. This is an easy no deal.
Pat Riley, you're washed. Get the fuck off my line.
Listen, most times you trade an All-Star, you can't get one back, and this time you could. I see the vision a little bit,
Can't happen.
No,
but I wouldn't take the deal either. I get it. I wouldn't do it either. Side note, that picture of Tyler Hero is also crazy. What is on his chin? He looks insane.
hanging
What is
out.
on his fin?
All right, next deal. How about Tyler Hero? How about Trae Young for John Morant? 1 for
I'm
1.
not doing it. I'm not doing it.
You see, if John Morant wasn't a delinquent, then I would consider it for a second.
100%. 100%.
He's not sane. At
If
least
you knew
not
how to
yet.
behave, maybe you'd have to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen, Trae Young does not go on IG Live taking a bottle of Casamigos to the head.
You know what he does though
the
instead?
optics.
He be lifting his shirt up and he be doing all that light skin stuff. I can live with that. I can live with the cringe, the corniness, and all that. But waving up a gun like you out here serving with Key Glock and all them boys? Can't do it. Can't do it.
Love it. There's a no deal around the board. Apparently, you guys really like Trae Young.
Untouchable. Give me Wemby. I'm taking Trey still.
All right, guys. Next thing we're gonna do. I think we have some old logos to look at that you prepared, Mo.
Ah, yes. We got some super old throwback logos that we got to talk about and disseminate over here.
Disseminate.
So
Explain to people what these are. Explain. So they're logos from like when the teams were like first founded type shit.
Yeah, these logos are from straight up the black and white days, segregation days, 1950s, 1949. We're going that deep far back in time.
So these are Bob Cousy
and
logos.
a lot of teams, and a lot of teams completely switched up their entire theme. May have moved here or there, but overall, I think some of you guys y'all will be able to get some and also have trouble trying to disseminate which be which. So
Okay.
let's do it. Guess the NBA team based on their old logo.
Okay. Where are we going? What's the first one?
All right. So first up, taking it kind of easy. We
Okay.
got this
We got-
green
listen,
man over here.
We got the green vest. We got the old timey look. Golden State Warriors.
Come on
Okay.
now. I think you might be slightly off. I think this might be those racists out there in Boston.
Darn it, I was wrong.
Might be those
Yeah.
guys up north.
No fact. This is like what? This is like the 40s Celtics. This is those days.
Yeah, that was a wild miss by you, Isaac. There's literally the 40s clovers on his fucking vest.
Oh, how could I ever miss that? Darn it.
Yeah, this is the Boston Celtics from like 1950, bro.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was kind of hard. I kind of like this logo.
I guess.
Yeah, it's actually not
it looks
bad.
of
I
the
mean, but, like-
times. It looks of the times. It looks like a 40s logo.
40s. It was the 1950s. Let's be specific.
Oh, my bad. No, low-key, it looks like it belongs in like an old cereal box.
You know what? And it looks like some good ass cereal too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's Lucky
This would have
Charms.
sold me.
Lucky Charms and shit.
Oh,
just a
Lucky
leprechaun.
Charms. Hell yeah.
That's all it is.
All right, what's next?
Oh man. Ooh, next up, we got
Ooh.
this.
Oh,
We got this
is kinda
logo from
interesting.
1974.
This is kind of interesting.
Look at the
So
color
obviously
scheme.
the first
Dude
thought
got a
is the
big ass
Rockets.
sword.
No,
First, I was a Rockets because of color scheme, but this is like a conquistador or something. I don't know what this is.
is this
Cowboy.
Could this
He
be
got
a
that big ass
warrior?
feather on his hat. What could he be doing? No, it's not the Warriors.
Could this be a trailblazer?
Oh,
No, Ooh, no, not the Trailblazers.
Oh, it's
bro.
not a
He's
Trailblazer? I
fucking
thought you had
fencing.
First of all, those weren't official guesses, right? I was consulting with my partner. All right, we're not going on the record as 0 for 2 on this one. I'm not doing it.
You are.
I'm thinking about this.
is he? So he's fencing. Does he have a hook for a hand? Is that a pirate? I don't know. Like, is this the
Yeah,
Warriors? Is he a
possibly.
warrior?
No, not a warrior. He's fencing. He has some type of sword, some type of dagger in his hand, bro.
Some type of sword.
Huh?
Yeah. Look at the color scheme.
The color
Cowboy?
scheme.
He kind of looks
Color
like
scheme. I'm just like, what? The Hawks? Is he Atlanta Hawking? I don't know.
Atlanta Hawking? What the hell does it even look like? No. Do y'all give up? Y'all gonna be so mad.
No. Give me a second.
No.
I mean,
Give me one.
he's not jazzing. He's not a wizard. Oh,
Like
is
the
this
fucking
Cleveland
stick in his
Cavaliers?
hand. Yes, he has a stick in his
Yeah.
hand. What team has that? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
The Cavs got the
What
sword.
team
going
has a
on.
sword?
That's good. Okay.
Problem is, I don't know what a Cavalier is, but I see the sword.
I've never learned what a Cavalier is to this day.
I know Cavalier
I ain't
as an
gonna-
adjective. That was very Cavalier of you. I guess it means adventurous. I don't know.
What's next?
Ooh.
Ooh,
What?
Next up, we got this Tin Man.
How
Now,
does this
logo
look
right here?
look? How does this look old and new at the same time?
It looks hard as fuck if you ask me.
This
This
kinda
was
looks
from,
like-
I believe, the 1970s.
This is
Okay,
like
so it has a
Ghostbusters
Z on
character?
it.
What the hell?
Nah, it's not a Ghostbusters character.
What is?
Scooby-Doo villain?
No, it's not
Okay,
a Scooby-Doo villain.
is this the
If
Utah
it's
Jazz?
terrifying.
Is this the Jazz?
What does a man of tin have to do with jazz? You thought
I saw-
Tin Man was that?
I saw
no.
a Z. I saw a Z. I didn't know if this was like a jazz flute that was being played. You know,
Mm-mm.
it was a stretch.
Is this the Oklahoma City Thunder? No, they weren't a team.
You're in the no, not at all.
I see Tin Man. I think there's no place like home. There's no place like home. Wizard of Oz. I don't remember where that was.
Kansas?
Kansas. Is there no Kansas team in that NBA? Is this the
Hey,
Pacers?
man.
You're in the right conference.
Okay,
Is this
Eastern
the Milwaukee
Conference?
Bucks?
Come on now, let's be real.
Eastern Conference.
It was the 70s.
Tin Man.
Pistons?
What do they call that city?
The Motor
Oh,
City?
the motor. Is this
The
oil?
Motor City.
Is this oil,
yes. This is yes, bro. This is
It's
the
the Pistons?
Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the Pistons, bro. These are the Fort Wayne Pistons. This is gross, bro.
Oh, you chose
That
the
was
G League
gross.
team?
No, this is not the no. This was the initial team over there.
They started
then
off
they
as Fort Wayne.
switched
What the
up.
heck?
Yeah, it's gross.
Okay.
Bro.
I thought Fort
It
Wayne
was
was
real
there.
nasty.
I thought that was a G League team. Okay.
No.
Cool. What's next?
There we go. Ooh.
Oh,
Next
what
up, we got this big ass man. That's
a pirate. Is
He
this-
looking evil as hell.
Is this
You
the
think
villain
this is
from
the
the
pirate?
This looks like Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, it's a villain from Little Mermaid. No,
This looks
this is
like-
the antagonist from Pocahontas. This is that big pilgrim dude.
Nah, not even. He looks like the dude from Quaker Oats. This is Mr. Quaker himself.
These guys, savages. I don't like his vibe.
Listen, graphic design was not their passion back in the day. This logo sucks. All right.
Listen,
That's-
this was
that's first
from
and
19.
foremost. This thing is
This
trash.
is from 1946. What do you expect?
Yeah, they can't draw.
So clearly, this is from the Northeast. That much is clear to me.
Okay.
A team. Is this a Celtics logo?
No.
no, it's blue. It's
The
blue
Knicks.
and-
This is the Knicks.
Is that your final guess?
Yes.
Yes, it is the New
Let's
York
go.
Knicks, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I love this logo right here. This would be hard as fuck on a shirt.
There's
I've
no.
actually
If you
never
wear
seen
this,
this.
this is not hard as fuck. This is the opposite of hard as fuck.
We are clowning
Oh,
you
you're
if you
tripping.
put this on a shirt and actually.
I
wear it.
know. I can't. God
Come on.
forbid.
I need someone watching this to send me one of them shirts and let me be clowned. I don't care.
This is
I'll be
hideous.
swaggy while being clowned.
You think people still have these shirts? Like, you
Absolutely.
want somebody to make
These
this
are-
for you?
These
Y'all
are
are
not in
sleep on the
circulation.
vintage. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. What do you have against this shirt? What do you have against this logo? Is it because he's big? What do you mean it's ugly?
Look at. I can't even see his face. It looks like scribbles.
This man is trying to throw allegations at me.
I'm trying to figure out what type of person are you?
I'm a person who doesn't like this logo.
It's hilarious.
A bad
Alright,
person.
Next up.
Alright, it was nice. Ooh, man, now this one is hard.
Ooh. A Roadrunner?
This is Roadrunner. This was from 1967.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
1967. Isn't the Buffalo Braves? Could this
No.
be the Atlanta Hawks?
That's what I was
No.
thinking.
Not a
No, okay.
crazy guess. This bird
Not
looked
a-
dumb as hell, to be honest with you, bro. This can't be the Hawks. No Hawk looked this dumb.
The Pelicans weren't around back then.
Nah.
Does this team have a different name than they have now?
I have no idea.
Yes, they do.
Horn?
Huh.
Oh no, it's not. It's obviously not a horn.
What teams change names? The Wizards, but they were the Bullets.
Yeah.
Is
it's
this the
not
Supersonics?
Wizards. No, not the Supersonics. Not a terrible guess either, though.
Huh.
I will say
Come
you're in the
on.
right conference.
Okay, so Western Conference. I'm
The
trying
North-
to think. I'm trying to
Northwest.
think up the coast.
Were the Timberwolves? No, were the Timberwolves expansion?
I think so.
Is this
Not the
Minnesota?
Timberwolves.
Okay.
No,
I'm
not
trying to think.
Minnesota.
I'm trying to think about all those teams, and you have like the Timberwolves. I'm just thinking about every team in the league in the Western Conference.
Oh wait, this must be Denver.
No, not Denver.
Oh my god.
No, it
Yeah,
can't-
you
it
guys
can't
are
be-
not getting this, bro. This was the Dallas Charples, which eventually turned into the San Antonio Spurs.
What the fuck?
I know.
I've never
most
heard
West
any of those
fans
words
use
put
it.
together in that order. I have
What?
never
What
guessed
was
this.
A charple.
That's
I've never
fake.
heard of that before in my
What
life,
is
and
a
I never want to
charcoal?
see it.
This is made up history from the NBA.
Nah, you drew this. This is a hand drawn Mo special.
You did this in the third grade.
You caught me.
It's crazy. Is that the last one? Oh, next one.
No, next one. This was from 1971.
This would be
The Houston Rockets.
the Minneapolis Lakers.
No and no.
Damn.
Dang.
This is
not
the Denver
wrong, though.
Nuggets.
Ooh, what makes you say that?
The Mountains. It's the Denver team before they were called the Nuggets, whatever they were.
In the ABA days, yes, you're correct. This is from 1971.
Good job,
Let's
Isaac.
go. What was the team
You're,
called?
you're carrying.
The Denver Rockets.
Denver Rockets. Okay. Whack.
Sounds so wonky. Ugh.
Ooh.
Okay.
I love this one right
Oh,
here.
what?
Oh, this is
This
is
logo was from
problematic.
1949.
This is crazy.
There's so much going on in this. This is slick, racy, but
So this
What do
a
y'all
Kyrie?
think?
No, I'm not gonna say that.
I don't even know where to go with this. Is this an Oklahoma team?
No, it's not an Oklahoma team at all.
Okay, well,
This is in the right conference though. This is
Listen,
hard as fuck. I'm gonna eliminate that for you.
Okay, so Eastern Conference team. I feel like any name I say is somehow racist.
I don't
Let's
even
stay
know
in
where
the
to go
West.
with this.
Look at the colors. Look at the colors. That's the only thing that can
Is
help
this
you.
the Orlando Magic?
No, West.
So this
Oh,
is the
West.
Dallas Mavericks.
No, not the Mavericks.
What?
Is this a Clipper? Is this what a Clipper is?
No.
A Clipper is not a
This is
Native
not a
American, I'll tell
Clipper.
you that.
It's not that.
Is this the Warriors?
Yes, the Philadelphia Warriors, bro. Which eventually
had a Native
claimed as
American warrior?
Warriors, bro. Yes, bro. It was gross.
They were tomahawk
Through-
chopping? This is crazy.
Yeah, bro. Through that random white squiggly line, I cleared it out. That says Warriors. It's so gross.
This is crazy. Listen, at least they removed it before the Washington football team did.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out to
It was
them
so
for-
bad. Being good, decent humans.
Is that the last one?
I think we have one more, maybe.
All right.
There we go.
Oh my God, another one.
They were running it up in the 40s and 50s.
Is this Portland?
No, this is not Portland. Let's stick with those colors though.
I really thought you were about to tell us.
Is this
Same
the
conference?
Chicago team? It looks like the Blackhawks.
You're in the right. Wow, holy shit! I don't know if I should give this to you, but you got the name correct.
Was it
This
the
was the
Milwaukee
Blackhawks.
Blackhawks?
No, not Milwaukee Blackhawks at all.
What was it?
The Atlanta Blackhawks.
Ah, okay.
Gross,
They just
bro.
put Native Americans as mascots around the country.
Fact, they were running it
know,
up.
bro. They had no creativity. They were proud. Holy shit.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of those logos a day in my life.
And I will never see them again.
Nope.
And I'm so happy. The NBA did a great job.
Next video we got. We're sticking along the lines of goofy ass shit. This time, we're going to run back a classic. I'm going to have you guys guess NBA players based on their haircuts.
Okay. Hopefully,
So you're
listen,
gonna see.
I've been lacking on these like guessing games. I
Yep.
need to step it up. I need to
You
step
got to
it
make
know
that
what
brain
it
work
is.
faster.
The hair is my bag.
Facts. So yeah, as always, you guys are going to see some scalps and guess who it is, and I'll reveal the full head.
Let's
Whoa. Okay, so guess the NBA player based on their haircuts.
Okay.
First off, we got this white man.
Oh, I know. I think I'm pretty sure on this. Is this Luke Kennard?
That was so fast. That was
That boy
record
came
time.
out hot.
This is Luke
That's
Kennard.
Luke Kennard.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm back. I'm back.
Oh, you won it,
I'm
bro.
here.
Shout out to Luke
I'm
Kennard,
here.
bro. How'd you know so fast, though?
Listen,
Are you
he's-
kidding me? You can recognize that fucking math teacher hairline anywhere.
again, listen. There's only so many whites in the league, right? The pool's small.
That's
You
true.
know.
And a lot of them
That
got
forehead
good
is
hair.
recognizable.
Luke Kennard is not one of them.
All right, next
Oh,
up.
man.
Next up, we got
Oh, I got
This
this.
guy.
Paulo Banchero.
another
Follow
instant
me
one.
up.
This is
Yeah.
Paolo Banchero.
Live. 2 for 2.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Them eyebrows got me, and just how he has his twist. Easy.
Ah, bro, I tried to
Easy.
cut off the eyebrows. I knew that'd be a giveaway, but I actually left a little bit on there.
Yeah. Swipe that shit.
You know his
All right.
eyebrows like that?
I know. You
I know every detail, every feature.
Who's his
Why wouldn't I
eyebrow
look
type?
hard?
All right, next up, we got this guy.
Damn. Okay.
Is this
I feel
Colin
like I know who
Sexton?
this is.
This is not Colin Sexton.
This
Oh, no,
man
is
got
this-
some
way more
edge
hair.
Is
to
this-
him, bro.
Is this
He takes
OG
care of his
Anunoby?
hair.
This is not
No.
OG Ananobi. Also has way more hair.
Okay.
No,
okay.
look at the wrinkles in the forehead. They tell it all. This man has been through some grit and grind era, and that's why this is Mike Conley.
No, it is not. Every time you pull out that forehead wrinkle shit, you're always wrong.
Oh,
Who the hell has
can't
his
stump us.
hairstyle?
He can't beat us on this one.
Is this DeAndre Jordan?
This is
No,
not.
no. DeAndre
You guys
Jordan-
are nowhere near right.
Okay, he's a young player then.
It's
At least
just,
he should be.
It's just a young player with wrinkles, but he has those like little twists. I have no idea who this is.
These aren't
I think
even that wrinkles. Those are normal fucking hair. Those are normal skin
No, man, he's
features.
washed. He needs Botox.
That hairstyle is like, you don't see this natural fro in the NBA. They all either have twist or twist. Like, that's it. That's the only option. Ah,
Where are we going? Where are we going, Mo?
damn.
tick.
I don't
Can
know.
Isaac,
Like,
can we
I
get
was
a
so
conference?
sure this is Mike Conley. Yeah.
He plays in the Eastern Conference.
He plays in the Eastern Conference.
He used to
Eastern
play with
Conference.
one of the players you already guessed. Actually, no, I know he didn't strike that. It's not true.
Okay.
Just lying to us. Okay.
Yeah, it's completely wrong.
Damn. Who
Eastern
the hell
Conference?
is this? I have no idea. I give up. Fuck.
You guys are done. This is
give up.
Donovan Mitchell.
Oh my god. I would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed that in my life.
Oh,
Shout
no,
out to
he
Donovan
got
You
it.
thought
He
you
got
thought
it.
this shit was easy? Incorrect.
He got it. He got it.
I
guys
swear
need to
this
be
was Mike
humbled.
Conley.
I don't know why Mike Conley came to your head. Next up,
Ew.
we got another white dude.
Who's
is
this?
this?
This is DeMontis Sabonis. Ew. I know Sabonis from a minute away. From a mile.
This is DeMontis Sabonis.
Ew.
He came to media day with the almighty comb over this year.
Why did nobody call this out? They wiped this picture from the face of the internet. He came in with the clear Karen cut, bro. Oh my god. It's the bona fide
Is his
Karen
hair
cut.
always this color? Is he a redhead, low key?
It looks a little lighter than usual, right?
Yeah,
looks,
he is.
looks like he dyed it. He was going
definitely
for the
did,
ginger look.
Combed
Okay,
that thing
Ken,
to-
I see you.
He
Sick
pulled it
man.
to the side and said, "This is my space, Mom." You gonna let her do that to you?
Oh my god, bro! Yeah, this is a mean skater boy cut, bro. This is the prime Justin
love
Bieber
that
era
person.
cut, bro. When they used to flick their hair like this. You remember when girls used to trip about him flicking his hair all the time? It's prime Justin Bieber cut.
This is the first Latvian skater. Or is he Lithuanian?
Ooh.
Where's he from? I don't know. All right, next up,
No,
we
you're
got
right.
this guy.
Is this
I think I know who this is.
okay? Okay, I'm gonna guess first. Is this Jalen Green?
This is not Jalen Green.
Oh, that's where my guess was going.
I see where you were going with that, but no, it's not him.
Right? He listen. He got the good hair. You know what I'm saying? He got the curls
I
back.
got similar complexion. I see where you were going with it.
I know exactly who this is. This is Rui Hachimura. Lock it in.
This is Rui.
Yeah, you got that nice hair, Donovan. You were on par.
All right, next up, we got who is this man?
We all know who this is.
Who's
We
this
all know
love
who this is.
Oh man. As
There's only
Chris
like
Paul.
this is an old man haircut if I ain't seen one in my life. The skin is crazy.
I saw somebody the other day said that Chris Paul is the first person to have a hairline but still be bald.
No, he's the second person behind Doc motherfucking Rivers. He patented the look.
That man he is tattooed. His hairline is tattooed. He needs to go to Turkey today.
There's a series of small dots.
Oh my god, man.
All right, that's the end of that one. Before we get out of here, we got one more video for you guys. This one is going to be centered around Victor Wembanyama. You know he's popular right now. He's nutmegging people. He's blocking everything in sight. We got to get our clicks in and get the free engagement making a video about him. So how this is going to work is real simple. I'm going to name a player, and I want you guys to tell me if they're going to be better or worse than Victor Wembanyama next year. We're going to get a gauge for how good he's going to be in his rookie year.
Listen, spoiler alert. He's going to be really good. He's going to be better than a lot of players.
Oh my god. All right. I'm here to let's bring us down back to realism.
Okay. I'm going to name some NBA players. You let me know if Victor Wembanyama is going to be better or worse than them in his rookie year. First up, Tyrese Maxey.
He's going to be
He's
better.
going to be worse. Oh my god.
Come on.
Ooh.
Listen,
What decision?
Maxey, the only reason why I'm saying Vic is that I think Maxey, depending on what happens with James Harden, might not get the opportunity to fully grow into his potential. And I think that Victor is going to have all the room in the world to grow into his potential.
Yeah.
His defense is already going to be crazy.
Yeah, the only way I see this happening is if he has the same ish level of offensive production as Tyrese, which could easily happen, but the defense has to be otherworldly day one, which it could.
And
Yeah,
it
I
will
think
be.
this is easy. I think this is easily Vic. He's going to be legitimately top, 15 defensive player in the league at minimum. Probably going to average 20 points per game on good efficiency. Easily him.
I don't want to say easily. Don't disrespect Tyrese.
It's not about him. Vic's just like the next great Hall of Fame player. Shout out Tyrese, but these are different tiers. All right, next up we got Paolo Banchero.
Worse.
This is tough.
Paolo, that second year leap is gonna hit for Paolo Banchero. As great as Victor Wembanyama was or is, I don't think he has the potential to be an all-star this season like Paolo can be.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's where you're wrong. He 100% has the potential to be an all-star this year.
Potential definitely has a potential.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going better.
I think I'm gonna predict
Oh,
Paolo
my gosh.
will be an all-star. Vic is on the bubble. I can see it going either way. We can give it to Vic, but I won't be shocked if it's Paolo.
Hey, you need to start throwing out some names higher on that ESPN list. This is not cutting it right now.
All right, next up we got
Ooh, this is tough.
okay.
This is tough.
LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo's gonna be better. Let's be real. LaMelo could easily be an all-star again this year, bro.
So can Wemby. Wemby can also be
Only-
an all-star. Come on, guys.
An all-star as a 15th seed?
I will
oh
say-
my gosh.
It's
Well,
possible.
they're not going to be the 15th seed. I will say
13th.
Listen, listen. They might sneak into the plane. I'm gonna let you know that right now.
Oh my god,
But,
relax.
Are they gonna get to this top 6? Who knows? Listen,
Listen, it's weird to say.
I'll say LaMelo
it's-
though.
Yeah, I'll go LaMelo, but like it's weird to say Vic could be better than him as a rookie because he's a rookie. But there's a good chance we're going to see one of the best rookie seasons we've seen in a long time. So I'm not going to hold the rookie thing against him too much.
The type of leap, LaMelo Ball is finna remind everyone just how good and elite he is, and he belongs in every elite conversation as an NBA player.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say elite. I don't think he's going to be like a top 10 player, but I agree. He's going to make a big jump to surprise people this year, so I'll go LaMelo. Next up, we got Jaren Jackson Jr.
Oh, man. The defensive player of the year. Will he?
Yeah. Listen, we all think Wemby's going to be that level of defender. Jaren already is. He already averages 20. I don't know.
All right, this one just comes down to whoever gets more rebounds is the better player. That's what it comes down to. Because
neither one are going to be grabbing him like that.
Exactly. So if you want to be better, grab more rebounds.
Where are we going?
Ah, man.
Who will be better?
I'm going to lean Jaren. I don't want to set insane expectations for Victor, but he could easily surpass Jaren if he's like that day one.
Yeah, I think if everything clicks right, we're talking about someone who's in the running for DPOY very soon and averages a good 20 to 22 on high efficiency. I think Jaren is like what Wemby should hope for year one.
Man,
I'm going Wemby. Now I'm going Wemby.
I hope so, man.
All right, next up, James Harden.
No, Wemby. Come on.
This is not even a discussion. I don't even know if this man's going to be playing basketball this season.
What do you think he's going to do?
He's going to be chilling in Houston, partying. Over at Trillburgers with Bun B. He's
still
not
yelling
trying to
out.
hoop.
Daryl Morey is a liar. He's going to be repping that until he gets
shouting it
moved,
from the rooftops. Nah, I mean, Harden's still an all-star. It's probably still Harden, but not for long.
I don't know, man. Morale purposes and how we just brings bad vibes to the team. I'm definitely sticking with Wemby, bro.
All right, man. That's the end of that. Oh, no, one more. Karl Anthony Towns.
That's the end of the
Donovan,
show.
stop.
Everybody knows how this is going to end. This ends with Victor Wembanyama as the clear-cut better player than Karl Anthony Towns.
Clear cut. That's crazy.
This is a top 5 center in the league, my guys.
Day one.
I'm sorry that
listen,
you guys
we
have
could
to
wait a
witness
week.
this.
We could wait a week. Tell me the last time you saw somebody 7 feet tall, mega guard. This man, listen, this man plays defense the way other people play on 2K, where you just take the center and you just roam around and stop everything. That's him in real life. He's shutting everything down.
Yeah, already immediately a better defensive player than Cat, like without question.
For sure. But will the offense be there day one? I don't really know.
Oh no! Listen, Cat dropped 60 a couple years ago.
Give me Cat.
Wait, say that again.
Cat dropped 60 a couple years ago.
A couple years ago. We don't care about that anymore. This is right now. This is Wemby's time, and he will be better.
All right, man. That's the end of that segment. Guys, episode's over. This time, Donovan, you decide. What should people comment if they're all done? I mean, if they're still here.
If you are still here, comment Unc Isaac.
Oh my God.
Uncle Isaac.
Comment that. Let everybody know Isaac is the
episode's
Unc.
over.
Isaac's
Nobody
the OG.
comment anything. I don't want to see any comments in this fucking episode.
All right,
Zero
Unc, we'll
comments.
see ya.
Goodbye.